Sometimes you just.
They say the three
Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, and welcome to another edition here of Rich High Football. This is the Rich High School Football pregame show. Welcome again. Today, the Rebels will be taking on the Parowan Rams here in Randolph. We're incredibly excited as we welcome the Parowan Rams down here, or as I would rather say up here, as schedule for kickoff is in about 45 minutes from now. We're going to move into our pregame show brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet in Evanston. Auto Farm Chevrolet has been serving Rich County residents for generations. We'll hear from them, and then we'll go into the scene set for tonight's game. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Football on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show, where the Rich Rebels will be taking on the Parowan Rams here in Randolph. Our scene set today is brought to you by J-Bar Excavation in Randolph. The team, the tools, and the experience for your excavation projects. Call J-Bar Excavation at 435-793-5855. We'll go ahead into our scene set. The Rich Rebels are your home team today. We'll go ahead and talk a little bit about them. The Rich Rebels coming off a 31-6 loss to Cokeville last week. These Rich Rebels hoping to turn around and get their first home game, their home win of the season, spearheaded and coached by Coach Justin Grohl. He's entering his fourth season as head coach at his alma mater, graduated from Rich High School. And last 3 years, this Rich Rebel team looking forward to getting some wins under their belt this year as they are warming up on the left side on the north side of the field currently at the moment. This game is about 40 minutes away from kickoff. Coach Grohl has been quoted as saying that they have great talent and some great starters that should be coming back, and we have great leaders on the team. This is especially true. We have quarterback Hunter Pace, Riley Carrillo, and Trey Walker, quite a few of these fine young men being utility players and great leaders on the football team. We also have Riker Conk, senior from Rich High School, who's also involved in student council. Congratulations to those boys. Offensively, Coach Grohl says we will need to stay healthy because we were not very deep really at any position, as injuries will play a part of this game. We'll look and see as to the injuries that we have sustained, the Rich Rebels anyway, over the course of the season so far. The challenge for any small school is depth, and you can't afford to lose very many people. We are currently waiting to hear a little bit more about the injury on running back Max Perry, Max Perry, I am breaking news. I get to pretend to be a news anchor here. Breaking news, received surgery yesterday. So I'm not a medical expert in the least bit, but we might not be seeing him for a while as he gets ready. Hopefully we wish him a speedy recovery here. The offense last year averaging 7.3 points per game, and they're going to be returning quite a few starters. They're going to be running this spread offense, this RPO look here, as last week able to score on a 52-yard touchdown run from Riley Carrillo against Cokeville, taking it from almost the tight end position, getting the handoff, taking it 52 yards to the house, ran to the south end zone here on homecoming. These are the Rich High Rebels as they take on the Parowan Rams. Moving now into the Parowan Rams here. Rams are going to be traveling up here to the northeastern portion of Utah to take on the Rich High Rebels. This is their fifth game of the season as they are 2-2 as of the moment. In their last two games, they have outscored their opponent 114-14. It's a little bit of a point differential, if you ask me. Big wins against Grand County, that's in Moab, and Monticello. Fun fact there, in their last game against Monticello, Parowan had 5 interceptions, 3 of which were returned for a touchdown. And quarterback senior Trevin Yardley for Parowan is second in the 1A South region for passing yards and touchdowns thrown, only behind Bo Hardy of Milford. Parowan on the year has scored 21 total touchdowns. That's quite a bit, as they're not a stranger to scoring this season. That's kind of been the scene set today. As you're tuned into the Auto Farm pregame show, this has been a J-Bar excavation scene set. When we come back, we're going to go visit with Rich High School alumni as part of a Where Are They Now segment. I've been super excited as we met with Matt Hutchinson, able to track him down. He's been doing vet stuff, actually down near Parowan. Fantastic interview I was able to get with him. We'll go ahead and move more into that. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel football on 98.3 The Wildlife, with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. This segment of the pregame show is just an absolute treat for me to kind of get a glance into Rich High School and the history of Randolph, as we are able to now step aside for a Where Are They Now segment. A special thanks to Mound Valley Cattle Company out of Thatcher, Idaho, Eddie and Todd Jensen, always wishing the Rebels good luck in all that they do. Eddie and Todd Jensen make this segment possible. This week I caught up with alumni member Matt Hutchinson, as he graduated, I believe in 2008 is when he told me. When we come back, we'll talk with them, as you've been listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel football on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Good afternoon, Rich Rebel fans. I am your voice of the Rich High Rebels, Cody Olson. I am ecstatic, excited, all the words to describe. I'm stoked to introduce this next segment here of the Where Are They Now segment. I'm joined here with Matt Hutchinson, graduate of Rich High School, and just all-around good guy. Matt, thank you so much for your time, for going and doing this interview with me today.
No problem. Thanks for having me. It was good to hear from you.
Perfect. Matt, we want to dive in a little bit into what life is like after Rich High School, but I think before we get really into that, why don't you tell me a little bit what Rich High School was like for you while you were here? What year did you graduate?
So I graduated in 2008, so quite a while now.
Quite a while. It's funny how things just kind of fly like that, right?
Yeah, they do. And I enjoyed my time there. I really did.
Awesome. Matt, what kind of activities, athletics, or clubs did you participate in while you were at Rich High School?
So I was kind of all over the board. I played freshman basketball. I didn't play football till I was a senior, and that's probably my biggest regret. Is I wish I would have played all 4 years. But I had a lot of really good friends that kind of took me under their wing and said, we really need you. We lost a bunch of seniors, and so I started playing offensive lineman, and they really helped me out. And Coach Grohl actually stepped up and helped me with my offensive line stuff because I hadn't played since junior high. So I really enjoyed that. And then I did track 1 year, wasn't too into that. And I just enjoyed being at school. I had a lot of friends, and I really enjoyed just the environment at Rich High School, just the really small school. You knew everybody. Walk past them in the hall, say hi to them. They kind of knew what was going on with your life, for good or bad. And there was kind of both for me. So
there you go. I think high school careers for everybody have those ups and downs. But I haven't been in Randolph a terribly long time, but there is such a positive community, intricate like connection between the high school, everyone in it, and just this town of Randolph. What is that like to you? How important is it to have Rich High School and just proponents of the community in such a small town such as Randolph?
I think it's really important. There was a lot of people that were a big part of my life, just where I worked when I was growing up, just teachers, school, friends, parents. They had a really big impact on my life, and just having that small community, I think we take for granted how important it can be and how helpful it can be as you're getting older.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And that happened with me when I went through high school, and it's kind of fun to retrospectively look back. But Matt, what was life like after graduation at Rich High School for you?
So I wasn't sure where I was going in life. I did a semester of school at Utah Valley University just with general education. I didn't have really any direction. I thought about going into psychiatry. I decided I just wanted to serve an LDS mission, so I went on the 2-year mission to the Washington, D.C. South Mission. When I got home, I was still kind of in limbo, took a couple college classes, didn't know what I was doing, decided I really needed to figure out what I wanted to do. I decided, I grew up on a cattle ranch. I like working with animals. I like working with people, so why not do both? And I got my undergraduate bachelor's in science and then got accepted to the Utah State, Washington State University veterinary school program. So it was a tough go, just trying to figure out what was going on between work. I met my wife halfway through undergraduate, and she was a big part of helping me, really dig down. I was able to focus a lot more on my schooling because veterinary school is very competitive to get into. And it was just her being there for me to help me focus, to help me get to where I am now, really. Okay. So it was difficult, but manageable and definitely worth going the extra mile.
That sounds super fun. I could never in a million years imagine just the amount of work that goes into veterinary school. I mean, my wife and I love to watch Dr. Pol, that kind of stuff. I guess, how long did veterinary school take, and what are you doing right now with it?
So it's a total, with everything, undergraduate and everything, is a total of 8 years. So you get a Bachelor's of Science degree. And I got mine in biology through Utah Valley University. Great university. Had great professors. And then you apply for vet school. And once you're in vet school, it's another 4 years. So I just graduated in 2020. Thanks to coronavirus, we didn't have much of a graduation, but it worked out. Right now, I'm practicing at the Richfield Veterinary Clinic down in Richfield, Utah, not too far from Parowan. So, so total of 8 years, and I was kind of a slacker in high school, and you can always turn your life around. You can always start focusing on what you really want. And it's kind of cliche to say if you set your mind to something, you can do it, but it really is true, and I never really believed it until I actually tested it out. So I'm working on large and small animals down here in Richfield in Sevier County. Enjoying it. I have a wife and 3 kids now, 3 little girls, kind of outnumbered, but things are going good.
Matt, it sounds like everything kind of panned out. It's so great. Thank you so much for your time. My last real question before I let you go, as I would hate to let you go. You've been too much fun.
Oh, thank you.
You've talked a little bit about these tropes about you set your mind to something and you can actually do it. I didn't recognize it until afterwards that it's actually possible. What kind of advice would you have for perhaps a graduating senior here at Rich High School in terms of post-graduation?
Yeah, and I could go on for quite a bit, but I think what I would, there comes a time when you really need to think about what you're going to do with life. And once you make up your mind, either go all in or don't. Because it's not worth just halving it, You don't want to just half something and have it not be worth your while. If you go all in on something, it's going to be worth your time and worth your while. Take advantage of the connections you have there at Rich High School. I still talk to Coach Grohl frequently. We have a little bit of a rivalry with our favorite football teams, and it's just and he taught science, and I wish I would have taken more advantage of his science classes. It would have really set me up for a better foundation as I was going into college. But just taking advantage of every little thing that you can to better yourself for the future. And you can always reset if you have to and change your mind on what you're going to do, but just whatever you do, 110%, and you won't regret it.
I like that. I like that a lot. This is Matt Hutchinson, Rich High alum. We cannot thank him enough for his time. Matt, anything else you want to cover before we end the interview?
No, good luck today, Rebels, and kick some butt. Hey, thanks for your time. I really appreciate it.
No problem. That's Matt Hutchinson. You're going to go ahead and step aside here as you've been listening to Rich Rebel Football. This has been Rich Rebel Football. That is Matt Hutchinson. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Matt, for being a part of the show. He was a fantastic interview. This segment is called the Where Are They Now segment, brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, wishing the Rebels good luck in all that they do, especially today against the Parowan Rams. This should be shaping up to be a fantastic game here in Randolph as our officiating crew has showed up. I refereed with all of these guys a couple years ago as I was a referee for high school football. Fun fact about me. Coming up next on the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show, we'll visit with the opposing coach, Ryan Heath of Parowan. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Football on 98.3 FM with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. Auto Farm Chevrolet is serving Rich County residents for generations. We are broadcasting live from Heaven on Earth, Randolph, Utah, where the Rich Rebels will be taking on the Parowan Rams. Let's go ahead and visit with Coach Ryan Heath of Parowan, as he is the head coach and has been for quite a while now. He is coming into his second season, I believe. Second year as head coach, leading Parowan to a 5-7 record last year. He is a graduate of North Sevier High School and Southern Utah University. This is Ryan Heath. Good afternoon, Rich Rebel fans, and welcome again to another segment of the Coaches Show here. I'm honored and just absolutely ecstatic to introduce Coach Ryan Heath of Parowan onto the show today. Coach Heath, thank you very much for your time.
Oh, appreciate you having me.
Coach Heath, you are the head coach of the Parowan Rams, and we're excited to welcome you up to Rich this upcoming this football game on Friday here. Coach, you are in your second year as head coach. What kind of expectations are coming from you and your coaching staff as you now kind of progress into your second year here?
Obviously the expectations have increased just based on a year under our belt. I think that it's always a tricky thing coming in as a new head coach. Luckily, my assistants, the staff that's helping me, they were here previously, so I'm the odd man out as far as all that goes. So it's been good for me to adjust and try to make the stuff that I want to do part of what they have done in the past, and try to kind of marry those things and do that. And then we've made some things our own as well. So it's been a good second year so far, as far as learning curve for the kids. We're playing faster this year than we did last year because they don't have to think about what we're asking them to do. So a lot of that stuff, just little things that are making a difference for us.
Absolutely. Coach, I know that maybe perhaps stats are kind of out there, but I'm kind of just blown away at the fact that you and your Parowan Rams have outscored your opponents the last 2 weeks, 114-14. What do you feel is the contributing factor to the making that jump and that great offensive production?
In all honesty, it's been our defense. We scored. We had 5 interceptions last week. 3 of them were returned for touchdowns. One by a defensive lineman. One of those big guys, their dream. So honestly, defensively, it's given us the chance to try to slow down our opponents and have the ball and be able to do what we want to do. So I think the key to everything that we're doing right now is our defense, and particularly our defensive line. They've been playing at a high level.
Absolutely, Coach. We're not really at the beginning of the season anymore. You guys are coming up on your 5th game, coming up against the Rich High Rebels up here in Randolph. Would you, in your own words, say that you guys have kind of hit your midseason form? Do you guys feel like you've worked out all the kinks from the preseason?
No, no, there are plenty of kinks. We had our first 2 games were really rough. Playing Juab, the defending 3A state champions. We had that on the books. I don't know that I would willingly go back and and schedule them again, but it's good when you play those high level teams. And then we also played Duchesne our second game. It's easy to kind of see the things that you need to work on that are kind of a triage thing where you need to go take care of those things right now or you're going to have issues. So it was good to have those. I think we've addressed some of the bigger issues, but week to week with these kids and games and the quality of opponents that we see, we've got to make adjustments all the time. So we're making improvements, but we still got some rough edges that we need to smooth.
You, as well as the Rich High Rebels, are both trying to get some of those smooth edges figured out. Coach, it just happens in football. I mean, that's just the way that it is. Coach Heath, Ryan Heath of the Parowan Rams. Coach, you kind of, if I'm not mistaken, you spearhead the offense. What kind of, I guess, dynamic does the pistol power offense bring to Parowan, and what does it accomplish for you guys?
Well, it kind of changes a little bit, but with the type of kid that we have, with the athleticism and everything, it helps us fit in, slots and extra backs as opposed to other types of systems where if you don't have the biggest guys up front, it's something that our kids have learned and that they're kind of making their own as well. I value the input of the players. We did some things last year that they absolutely loved that we've kept, and there's things that we did that didn't work that they didn't like. And I'd be a fool as a coach to just kind of say my way or the highway, because the kids are the ones out there running the stuff. So we've adapted some things and tried to take advantage of our personnel. And I think in any high school sport, you kind of have to just build your system around the players that you get from class to class. So we have a talent heavy senior class with this group. We got 13 seniors. Most of them have contributed as sophomores and juniors. So it's just been a nice thing offensively to be able to rely on those guys and their experience to be able to make those little changes that either I see that I want to do or that they've seen that they've suggested. So kind of making it their own has helped us out a lot. And
it's gone to show as you've been able to really get on a roll these last 2 weeks. Coach Ryan Heath of the Parowan Rams, thank you so much for your time. Last question here before I let you go. Coach, thanks again. As a play-by-play announcer, I see here that you have quite a few seniors. You've lost a lot of offensive production from last year, but you guys have still been able to go on a roll. As a coach, who am I going to be able to call out quite often in this game on Friday? Whose names am I going to be hearing quite a bit?
Obviously, Trevin Yardley, he's kind of our offense. He's our leader. We work together well, and he's got a really good grasp of the offense. So obviously you'll hear his name. In the running game, both Easton Gents and Christian Boss will both be carrying the ball, our wings. Honestly, we kind of try to spread the ball out as much as we can on offense to try to, not only keep the kids involved, but keep the defense guessing. Braden Bettridge will be another, and most of these kids are all the seniors that I mentioned before. Defensively, And it's, I like to give the big guys some love too. Up front we've got Jace Little, who he's a talented kid. He's big, he can move, and so I think that you'll be calling his name out a lot. Probably just more on defense, where you're probably not going to say pulling guard, that was a great block kind of thing. So, but he's a force defensively. He does a lot of great things for us. And Connor Robinson, he does a lot of stuff for us too. So I think those guys defensively are going to be the names that you're going to see the most.
Perfect, Coach. I look forward to seeing you on Friday. Good luck to you and your Parowan Rams. Anything else that you'd like to cover before we end the interview?
Nope, we're excited to come up there.
Perfect. That is Coach Ryan Heath of the Parowan Rams. Thank you again to him as being part of our Coaches Show. We'll go ahead and step aside as you've been listening to Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife. You heard it here, folks. Heard it here first. This is Coach Ryan Heath. Special thanks to him. You've been tuned into a Bear Lake Memorial Hospital pregame coaches show on the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. We'll come back with Coach Justin Grohl, head coach for the Rich Rebels. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel football on the Wildlife with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Welcome, Rich Rebel fans. Just to cap off again a little bit what Coach Ryan Heath said of the Parowan Rams. This is his second year as head coach of Parowan, coming off a 5-7 record last year, graduate of North Sevier and Southern Utah University. We'll touch up a little bit more on the Parowan Rams as tonight the Rich High Rebels are trying to come off a homecoming loss to Cokeville, coming into this game trying to rebound against 1A South Region opponent Parowan. Rich looking for their first win of the season and look to their home crowd, you wonderful people of Randolph, and the community here to support and cheer them over the finish line. Max Perry getting surgery yesterday. We're going to be seeing him hopefully later, maybe, in the season. That was against Milford, as this kind of brings into question depth at Rich High School and at any position for a small high school. They're taking into great consideration and focus this week as I met with Coach Grohl about mental toughness. It's such a broad subject, and I told Coach Grohl it's such a hard thing to teach mental toughness, but I have the utmost faith in this coaching staff as they're able to do it. Here's Coach Grohl this week for their preparation against Parowan. Welcome again, Rich Rebel fans, to the Coaches Show. I'm joined here with Coach Justin Grohl. Coach Grohl, thanks again for your time and meeting for another interview today.
Thank you.
Coach Grohl, we're going ahead and preparing for the Parowan Rams on Friday at 4 o'clock. This is an afternoon kickoff game here. Overall, what has been, I guess, the talking point has been the production and the, I guess, scoring that has been the difference between the first half and the second half. As head coach, I guess, what have you seen? I talked with Coach Cooper Cornea a little bit about conditioning and stuff like that. What have you seen as head coach has been the main difference between the first and the second half showings in the last three games?
I think more or less mentally tough. You go in, you come out, they're pretty fresh and everything, and they're mentally aware and ready. As the game drags on, we have to be more mentally conditioned and mentally tough and be able to pull it out in the second half. That's where a lot of the games were won, and right now we've been lacking in that, and that's what we've got to work on, is becoming more mentally tough towards the end of the game.
Every single coach wants to know how to instill that exact thing into their players. And if they had an answer to that, then it'd be a lot easier found in a book, but that's not. So what is your coaching staff's philosophy and, I guess, game plan for implementing mental toughness, particularly in the second half for the rest of the season?
I think we're going to have to practice it more. Maybe when they're running and they just feel like they're exhausted and stuff, then we have to go in and say, okay, here we're going to run these situations, and you got to work with them and give them that chance to build their mental toughness and stuff. So you almost have to break them down to build them back up to get them ready.
Much like muscles, Coach Cooper Cornea mentioned physical conditioning. Will that be an aspect of practice this week as well?
It always is an aspect. If you are sucking wind and can't be on the field, then that's a huge either bonus or deterrent. So we're hoping to get them in better shape and make sure they are ready and can go.
What did you like about the first half performance last week against Cokeville?
I thought we moved the ball and we stopped them really well. They really couldn't run on us and so we've done really, really well at doing that, and I think we need to continue. We just need to buckle down on some other things and that, but I really liked how we was able to stop them up front from the running.
From a statistic standpoint, as someone that covers the game from a number standpoint, turnovers have been a very big factor as part of the, I guess, lengthening of the distance between the Rich Rebels and their opponent in the second half. Monticello was beat by the Rams 54-14. 5 interceptions caused that score. What kind of game plan is implemented into avoiding turnovers and interceptions, particularly this upcoming Friday?
Well, we have to work on that, and we harp on it quite often, but we've got to get better at practicing and doing that. I think we just need to play our game. Don't be stupid and just throw it up or run it. And when you run it, hold on to the ball because they'll come stripping. So we had a goal last week of I told them no more than 1 turnover, which didn't turn out. So we're going to go back to that goal, and we got to reset it and work on it. So that's what we're looking at.
Back to the drawing board, and this week of practice is going to be, I guess, exciting and tough on everybody, Coach Grohl. And is there anything else that you want to kind of add before we end this interview?
Well, it is exciting and tough, and tough is because we only we're missing 1 more day. So, instead of 4 days to prepare, you only get 3. And so it's going to be a challenge, and Parowan's a good team. They love to run it. They're big and physical. So we've got our work cut out for us.
Perfect. Coach, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
That's Coach Grohl here on the Coaches Show. This has been Cody Olson, voice of the Rich High Rebels. We'll step aside here on 98.3 The Wildlife. That was Coach Grohl, head coach of the Rich High Rebels. Congratulations. And we'll be looking for him as his Rich Rebels will be taking on the Parowan Rams today. Exciting game of football here, not only at 4 o'clock, but there's lots of stuff happening all around as football season has been kicked off. We're about 10 minutes away from kickoff. Our pregame coaches show has been brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth. This segment of the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show, we'll be right back with the green scene on this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel football on 98.3 FM with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in beautiful Bear Lake enthusiastically supports the Rich High Rebels.
After all, I raised 4 of them, from football, basketball, wrestling to volleyball. I supported them all. I bleed blue.
The Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake, offers a variety of activities in every season. Pam would love to assist you in finding your own Bear Lake retreat. Call her today, 435-779-0012.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. Fantastic to have you on. Welcome if you're listening to either the live stream on mylocalradio.com if you're listening to it over the airwaves on 98.3 The Wildlife, or if you're tuning in over KSL Sports as part of their Friday Night Lights bit. This is Rich Rebel Football here. We are incredibly excited to introduce the Parowan Rams and welcome them up here to Rich High School to take on the Rich High Rebels. We could not be more ecstatic as we're going to go ahead and move into the green scene today, part of our Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. This is brought to you by Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Idaho and Utah. Call Pam Cornea today at 435-779-0012. As you can see, now I have the right one. It is partly cloudy, quite warm outside, and once the sun goes behind the clouds, it feels a little bit cooler than it is. Partly cloudy out here in Randolph, Utah. I just drove out of a storm past Evanston, so we're glad that that's not happening to keep us away from such an exciting segment of football here. We have fans circling the field as everybody's setting up their lawn chairs. Part of the cars on the hill behind me, everyone's here for football because it is truly football season. Special shout out to the Rich Rebel fans that came out to support their team, as well as the Parowan Rams fans who drove all the way up to the northeast corner of Utah to come support their team. This is shaping up to be an absolutely fun game. Each of these teams trying to make their way forward in the standings in each of their respective regions. Parowan towards the middle of their standings in their region in the 1A South. Rich here trying to get their first win, having it be at home here in 1A North. Feels perfect outside. You can rock short sleeves, you can rock long sleeves right now. I think you can be getting away with most anything. We're incredibly excited. That is the green scene. Special thanks to Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in Garden City for sponsoring today's green scene. We're about 7 minutes away from kickoff today. We'll return and we'll go ahead and look back at the last time these two teams met. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Football on 98.3 FM with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Laketown Mayor Burdette Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Chris Hodges, Gary Ogilvie, and Delora White encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The town council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District.
Welcome you back, Rich Rebel fans, to the Laketown Ledger here. As part of our Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. Auto Farm Chevrolet serving residents of Rich County for generations. Take a look here at the last time these two teams met. This was on September 21st, 2018. A 41-0 win by Parowan. Sweeping the Rich Rebels, just finding their groove, able to take that win 41-0 back in 2018. In that game, senior quarterback Jared Anderson went 9 of 18 for 46 yards passing, adding 55 yards rushing. Interesting note, as in that game, there were no turnovers by Rich. Each of those points scored by Parowan were offensive production fully all by themselves. As that's, you're going to be hearing a little bit more about no turnovers later on as we go through the keys of the game, brought to you by Epic Recreation. Rich is 4-2 all-time against the football team known as the Parowan Rams. These teams, no strangers to each other, although this is Coach Ryan Heath's second season. Coach Grohl's been here for a few years. They're going to be looking at each other from a new perspective, as that is the Laketown Ledger, which has been brought to you by the town of Laketown. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Football on the Wildlife, as well as video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder? Don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Rebel fans, it is almost time now. We're about 4 minutes away from kickoff. I am the voice of the Rich High Rebels, Cody Olson, welcoming you either to our live stream, which is online at mylocalradio.com, or you might be listening to 98.3 The Wildlife. And we'd like to welcome our fans from KSL Sports, as they will be tuning in as well as part of this game as their Friday Night Lights. Congratulations and welcome to another segment of football. Small town, hometown football cannot be sweeter than that. We're going to go ahead and work our way into the keys of the game here as the coin toss is setting underway. Keys of the game here, brought to you by Epic Recreation. Keys of the game, we're going to start with number 1, limiting turnovers. Rich has played in the entire year and have statistically been in almost every game competitively and comparably with their opponents besides the turnover battle. That turnover battle has been lost as of to this point by the Rich High Rebels. They're looking to turn that around. They have had a hard time overcoming that deficit, especially in the second half. If Rich can hold on to the ball and not give good position to the Rams today, they have a great chance to stay in this game, as last week Parowan had 5 interceptions against Monticello. Let's try ahead and avoid those turnovers. Number 2, avoiding offensive penalty killers. We're going to get the information from the coin toss here really quickly. Parowan will receive, as part of the opening kickoff brought to you by the town of Woodruff. We'll go ahead and step aside now for the Pledge of Allegiance coming up, presented by the cheer squad of Rich High School.
Please stand and remove your hats as we honor our nation with the Pledge of Allegiance from the Rich High cheerleaders. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, that was your presentation of the colors and the Pledge of Allegiance brought to you by the Rich High Cheer Squad. Thank you to them, as they've added a couple members this weekend to their cheer squad. We'll be going ahead and looking for them to cheer on the Rich High Rebels. Let's move in to the rest of the keys of the game. Avoid offensive penalties. Multiple occasions have occurred wherein the great drive for the Rebels have been thwarted by offensive penalties. Look for the Rebels to keep a sharp eye out and avoid unnecessary offensive penalties that can withhold them from advancing the ball. That is a second key to the game here. Number 3, if they can implement a bend, don't break defense, that's okay. Parowan is going to move the ball. Don't give up the big plays. Don't let them get out ahead by multiple scores. That's the only thing that they can do. If the Rich Rebel team can do this bend, don't break mentality, they can have a great chance of winning this afternoon. That's been the Epic Recreation keys of the game. Make your next Epic Recreation visit. Make your next Epic vacation epic with rentals from Epic Recreation. Find us on Facebook as you're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel football on 98.3. Coverage online at mylocalradio.com. Special thanks to our boosters, Atlas Home Care and Hospice, Walmart, as well as Comprehensive Family Dental. We're going to be now going into the starting lineups brought to you by Lutz Construction, Excavation, and Landscape. Premier Excavation. We'll go into live action now as the kickoff from Rich will be fielded and take a dive right at the 25-yard line, fielded by Parowan, who's going to cut right up the middle. He's going to make one man miss, two men, and be drugged down eventually at the 40-yard line. Moving from right to left on your radio dial, that is exactly where the Parowan offense will start off.
Returned by number 23, Connor Robinson.
0-0, obviously you're reading here as the beginning of the game is setting off. Here comes the Parowan offense. Look out for number 1, quarterback Trevin Yardley. They're going to be running this pistol here. Now we are setting up this offense. So they are in shotgun with a running back to the left, 2 wide receivers to either side. They are spaced out far. Yardley in the shotgun. Survey the defense. We get the go-ahead from our white hat. They'll motion across to the near side. They'll get the snap, and he'll get pressure immediately coming up the middle. He'll scramble to his left and run out of bounds. He's run out of bounds by the Rich Rebel defense after a 3-4 yard gain. 2nd and 4 coming up at the 39. Check that. This is the 44-yard line, 2nd and 6 coming up. Working from right to left on your radio dial. The Parowan Rams have the Storm near Evanston at their back. They're going to be moving to the north. They ran out of bounds here as the clock stopped. We have 11:45. 2nd and 6 coming up. Same formation, 2 wide receivers to either side, running back to his left. They're going to motion across to the near side and go ahead and hand off right up the middle. Rumble, bumble forward through the linebackers, and up for the first down yardage is number 4, Easton Gents. Senior running back and linebacker. He's going to be sitting at 194 pounds. They will be picking up first down yardage. He'll rumble, bumble, and roll all the way down to the 41-yard line of Rich here. Still 0-0. They're going to be keeping into this 2 wide receiver set to either side. They're going to get the snap and hand off right up the middle again. He's going to find a huge hole and bounce out to the right. Up to the first down yardage. He'll tiptoe at the 30, down to the 20-yard line. 17-yard gain by Easton Gents. After getting the delayed handoff from the shotgun position. 1st and 10 coming up now on the far hash on the 20-yard line. 0-0. Here come the Parowan Rams on offense. Getting calls from their sideline, Coach Ryan Heath sending in some plays to his offense. Shotgun Yardley. Now in an empty look, 3 wide receivers to his left, 2 wide receivers to his right. Yardley will get the snap, drop 5 steps back, and roll out to his left for his life. He'll put it right down incomplete at the feet of Gents at the 20-yard line. 2nd and 10 coming up. Second and 10 coming up for the Parowan Rams after marching all the way down from their own 35. Now to the Rich 20-yard line. 20 yards separate them from pay dirt and some scoring. 2 wide receivers to either side of Yardley with Gents to his right in the shotgun. They're going to motion across to the far side. Handoff right up the middle to Gents, who will bounce it out to his right, roll off of one defender. People are diving at his feet. He's going to go ahead and roll into the end zone after breaking a few tackles, staying on the right side near the sideline of Parowan. First points will be scored by Parowan after a 20-yard run by Easton Gents. 6-0 is your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard as Parowan strikes first on a 20-yard run from Easton Gents. Delayed handoff there, working for Parowan. Here comes the PAT, which is down and up and to the left. No good. That's where the score will stay, 6-0. We're going to go ahead and take a step aside ourselves as you've been listening to the first quarter here That opening kickoff by the Rich Rebels is sponsored by the town of Woodruff. Mayor Scott Saby, council members Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, Millie Bradshaw, Seiko Webb, Clerk Lisa Bell sharing the Rich Rebel pride. We'll step aside here as you've been listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 The Wildlife with live video coverage at mylocalradio.com.
Sometimes you just start craving a really good, juicy burger. Add cheese, maybe some bacon, and all the fixins that make every bite even better than the bite before it. Add a side of hand-cut fries, onion rings, or crisp tater tots, and top it off with an amazing ice cream cone. Or maybe a raspberry shake. Just thinking about it makes me hungry. When your stomach is grumbling like an angry bear and your cravings call out, head right down to the Crawford Trough in Randolph. The place to eat and drink. Stop in today.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, as the Parowan Rams will now kick off after scoring on a 20-yard run from Eastern Gents. This is number 54, Jace Little, guard and defensive tackle, who will go ahead and put it. It'll bounce near the 10-yard line and out of the end zone for a touchback. Rather, we're going to get some laundry out on the field and a discussion from our head referee as to whether this ball went out of bounds. It bounced right over the pylon there, located on the northeast side of the end zone. A little bit of a discussion coming on now. As we are at 6-0, opening drive taken by Parowan, capitalized on a 20-yard run by Easton Gents. It's going to be a touchback, actually. They're going to pull up the penalty flag, which was located near the goal line. Instead of the 30-yard line, they're going to start at the 20. 10-yard difference would have helped out a lot, as the Rich Rebels will take it now from their own 20-yard line. Quarterback Hunter Pace under center with two running backs behind him, two wide receivers to his right. Pace will survey the defense and get the snap and roll out, and as the ball falls onto the ground, a little bit of a read option. He was holding the ball in the stomach of Riker Conk. And whether by sheer will or fortune, they're going to pick up about 3 yards on a fumble exchange from Pace and Conk. 2nd and 7 coming up now from the 23-yard line. 10 minutes remaining in the first quarter, brought to you by the Crawford Trough in Randolph, the place to eat and drink. I can second that. They have some good burgers there. Under center, Pace with two wide receivers to his left, two running backs behind him. Get the snap and read off of Conk and pitch out there to Trey Walker. Trey will go ahead and get stood up after about a 3-yard gain, sprinting to the Parowan sideline on the far side, which is the east side. We're going to get a stoppage of time as there's a penalty flag on the field. That flag is located about just a few yards behind the 20-yard line, nearer the Parowan side. It's coming from our line judge located on the east side of the field. 9.5 minutes remain in the first quarter. We'll get the call here. We're going to get a personal foul on Trey Walker. That will march them back, as that penalty will go in direct contradiction as to what the Epic Recreation keys of the game were supposed to be for Rich. Number 2, avoid offensive penalties that will kill drives. That's one of them. 3rd down now and 15 coming up for the Rich Rebels. Have to get to their own 30. Right now they're situated at their 12-yard line. We're going to get a timeout called by Coach Grohl of the Rich High Rebels. He'll think about it a little bit. We'll think as well, as we're going to go ahead and move into our little segment here, which is the Fan Cam, brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Your new home in Bear Lake is only one phone call away, 435-946-8888. This is the Bear Lake Realty Fan Cam. Special thanks to everybody that came out to support the Rich High Rebels as well as the Parowan Rams. It is not a short drive whatsoever from Southern Utah, as Coach Grohl will take a timeout here and determine whether or not they want to really push this down the field, what kind of play call would be best suited for this situation. I can't imagine he has an entire playbook full of 3rd and long in there. Let's go ahead and go back into the action now. Parowan up 6 points after their opening drive was taken to the house on a 20-yard run by Easton Gents. 3rd and 15 from the 12-yard line. The Rich Rebels look to answer. They're situated on the far hash. Here is Pace with 2 wide receivers to his left, 2 to his right, and Riker Conk behind him in the shotgun. He'll take the snap and drop 5 steps back and look across his body over the middle, and it's going to fall incomplete at the 20-yard line. We're going to get some laundry out onto the field. This is not the first time we'll see it, and from my perspective, we're going to get a roughing the passer call. Indeed, that's exactly what we'll get. I didn't see exactly who on Parowan hit quarterback Pace. That's number 63 of Parowan who's going to elicit the penalty. That's Cooper Miller, junior, 5'11", 185. That now makes it 3rd and manageable. That's 3rd and 3 coming up. They're now all right, we're going to have a little bit of a moving of the chains. 1st down and 10 because it's an automatic 1st down on that roughing the passer call. Here's Pace under center with 2 wide receivers to his left and 2 running backs behind him in I formation. He's going to hand off right up the middle to Trey Walker, who's going to bobble it, and it's going to go down as there's going to be a scuffle for the ball. Trey able to wrestle away from a couple defensive linemen. Trey Walker must have been really quick on hopping on that ball because I can't imagine he's able to muscle it away from that defensive line. Here comes 2nd down. 2nd down, ball at the 26-yard line on the far hash, going from left to right on your radio dial. Down 6-0, the Rich Rebels. 9 minutes left in the first quarter, brought to you by Crawford Trough. 2 wide receivers to either side. Quarterback Pace will get the ball and survey and look to his left, to his right, right across the middle. Ball will go up in the air and be intercepted at the 30-yard line. That's number 21 of Parowan as he bullies his way forward. He's going to get tackled by the offensive line. Bouncing off the hands of his intended receiver, Braden Bettridge of Parowan will get that interception and bring it all the way down to the 22-yard line of Rich. Great play by the defense and heads-up play by Parowan. Number 21, Braden Bettridge. Here come the Parowan offense. 2 wide receivers to either side, spread out. Here's Yardley with Jens to his left. He'll look down the field, 5-step drop, look to his left, scramble to his right, up the middle, nobody there. He's going to huck it into the end zone. It's going to be off and out of the outstretched arms in the end zone, incomplete. Looking for number 15, Tayson Gale. 2nd and 10 coming up from the 23-yard line. Yardley looked off of his first read to his left, took his eyes off of it, scrambled, stepped up in the pocket to his right, and threw a laser beam out to the back of the end zone, out of the outstretched arms of Tyson Gale. Up 6-0, 8.5 minutes left in the first quarter. This is your voice of the Rich High Rebels calling this game against the Rebels and Parowan. Here comes the play now as motion across the face. Yardley will throw out to his left, fielded there at the 20-yard line. Down the sideline, Parowan goes. That's number 3, Wyatt Hall.
Pass complete from Yardley to Wyatt Hall.
14-yard gain, and they're going to get down all the way down to the 6-yard line. Tiptoeing down the home sideline. That was kind of a quick wide receiver pop out as Wyatt Hall able to reel that one in and then just sprint down the sideline all the way down to the 6-yard line. Finally pushed out. Here come the Parowan offense, back in their spread formation. Jens to his left. Here's Yardley. He'll get the snap and hand off to Jens up the middle. Jens will roll off a defensive lineman, make a good read, up the middle, up the hash, and touchdown. 12-0 is your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard. after 2 touchdown runs by Parowan, each by Easton Gents, 20 yards and 6 yards respectively. Parowan will keep their offense out onto the field now as they look to get to 14 and figure that out. Here comes the Parowan offense. Now they're going to put the ball on the left hash. Trips in really tightly off of the right tackle is Yardley now, and Gents will be to his left. They're going to send one of the trips out in motion. He'll roll out to his left. Yardley will find his receiver for the 2-point conversion in the back right corner of the end zone. That's number 84, Shaden Benson. That's a senior. He's 6'6", 185, able to use that frame to get up there. 14-0 is your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll take a break here. As you've been listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on the Wildlife as well as mylocalradio.com.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets.
Rich will have the ball after the toe punch kick out of bounds at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 from the middle of the hashes. Comes the Rich offense. 2 running backs behind Pace with 2 receivers out to his left. I have a fly going around my head. Handoff up the middle as is that Trey Walker? Trey Walker for the 1-yard gain. Right up the right side, up the gut he goes. 2nd and 9 coming up. Second and 9 coming up for the Rich Rebel offense. We're now under 8 minutes in the first quarter, brought to you by the Crawford Trough in Randolph. Pace under center, 2 wide receivers to his left, 2 running backs behind him. Handoff to Riker Conk. He'll go ahead and just like flies on you-know-what. The defense will latch onto him, but he'll get about 2 yards.
Riker Conk, the ball carrier on the play for a gain of 2.
3rd down and 6 coming up for the Rich Rebels at their 39-yard line. Running in to give the play, senior Nate Woods. Homecoming royalty. Here comes the Rich offense now in the same formation with 2 running backs behind Pace. That's Trey Walker and Conk, and then 2 wide receivers out to his left. Carrillo in the slot. Carrillo's going to get the end around from the tight end position and that slot position, but this time, although it worked against Cokeville, it's not going to work this time. They're going to get a 4-yard loss. 4th down and 10 coming up for the Rich Rebels. 6.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Pace will go back to punt the ball.
Christian Boss back to receive on the play.
His cleats at the 25-yard line. Christian Bost. He's going to be situated right at the 35-yard line. Pace will boot it high up into the air. It's going to be caught by the wind and roll backwards and finally down to the original line of scrimmage. That's where the Parowan offense will take the ball at the 35-yard line of Rich. That ball was kicked, and it probably made it quite a substantial ways, I guess, down the field airtime-wise, but then the wind just caught it and pushed it right back. So Pace, who punted the ball, will down it at the original line of scrimmage. 35-yard line is where Parowan will take over on offense, up 14-0 in the first quarter. In their spread offense, 2 wide receivers to either side. Here's Yardley. Get the motion across to the far side. He'll double back around. Up the middle goes Parowan. They're going to get the handoff, and he's going to go ahead right through the middle of the defense down for about a 13-yard gain, down to the 22-yard line. Great work there by the Parowan offense. 22-yard line in the middle of the hashes is where Parowan is going to take over. They haven't really differentiated much from their formation this time now in empty. 3 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Nobody in the backfield with Yardley. Yardley will step back, 7-step drop, look way down the field, throw a laser. It's going to go off of the arms in the end zone, incomplete. Intended receiver, Braden Bettridge. 2nd down and 10 from the 22. Coming up for Parowan. Right on the money. That ball was thrown, and it was just going to fall incomplete in the end zone. Frankly, no other way to put it other than it was dropped by Braden Bettridge. Here comes 2nd down and 10. They're going to flip the formation from last time. Now 3 wide receivers out to the left. They'll bring in one of them for protection. He's going to be right to the left now in the backfield of Yardley. Yardley will get the ball and step back, and then up in the pocket, nobody really there. There's going to be flag on the play. Yardley will scramble into the end zone. He'll make it for the touchdown, but our umpire in the position and place where he threw it, if I'm able to be any type of psychic, it's going to be holding. And indeed,
Holding on the offense.
Holding is the call.
10-yard penalty will repeat 2nd down.
2nd down will be kept, and it will be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. They're going to move that ball all the way to the 34-yard line. 2nd and 20. 2nd and long coming up for Parowan. The 22-yard scamper will be negated after a holding penalty on Parowan will push them back to the 34-yard line. Now, 2 wide receivers to either side. Yardley will step back and look, step up in the pocket. This time he'll do the exact same move. He'll go up, finally tackled by Riker Conk after about a 8-yard substantial amount of yards. It's going to be a few. 2nd down and 14 coming up for Parowan. 3rd down, actually. 3rd down coming up for Parowan. At about the 26-yard line. 4.5 minutes remain in the first quarter. Brought to you by the Crawford Trough, the place to eat and drink. Parowan, the sun will come out and shine upon this football field as they work their way from right to left, south to north. Yardley in the shotgun. One running back to his right. He'll step back. 5-step drop. Actually, he's going to go way back. He's all the way at his own 40-yard line and shoot across the field. Completed at the 15-yard line and brought down. That's Braden Bettridge on the reception.
Braden Bettridge with the reception. Noah Perry on the tackle.
Yardley is going to drop back he moves backwards probably about 10, 12 yards on his drop back, and he's going to fire across the middle to Bettridge. He'll receive it at the 15-yard line. 4th down and 3 coming up for the Parowan Rams. In high school, a little bit awkward position for 4th down. They're going to go for it. Trips out to Yardley's left, and a running back also to his left. Shotgun formation. Yardley will get it and hand off up the middle. He'll cut off the butt of his center all the way past the sticks for 1st down yardage and be brought down at the 10-yard line, working his way to the right after the delayed handoff right up the middle. First down for Parowan. We get the call to run the clock here as they're now situated at the 10-yard line. Parowan with a fresh set of downs. Just a hair over 3 minutes left in the first quarter. That delayed handoff didn't initially look like he had any space to go, but practiced a little bit of a dance move there and is able to find 1st down yardage. 2 wide receivers to either side of Yardley. They're going to send in motion and pitch out to his right. Up the numbers go the running back for Parowan down to the 3-yard line. Christian Boast. Tackled by Riker Conk at the 3-yard line. 2nd down and 3 coming up for the Parowan Rams. Knocking on the door again, the Parowan Rams looking to find their 3rd touchdown of the game. Still in shotgun. They're going to spread the field again. Yardley will have 2 wide receivers to either side and a running back to his left. They're going to motion to the near side and hand off to him. Rather fake it and go up the middle. Yardley himself for the touchdown and the score. 20-0 is your reading after the 3-yard run by Yardley, faking it off to his slot receiver who came in motion from the far side across the face of the offense in the backfield. Kept it himself. Right up the middle he went. They're going to keep the offense out onto the field. Parowan here. 2 wide receivers to either side. Here's Yardley in the shotgun. They're going to motion now to the far side. This time he'll hand it off and he'll go ahead and find the corner. 2-point conversion is good after the handoff to Braden Bettridge.
Braden Bettridge on the carry, 2-point conversion.
22-0 is your reading. Let's go ahead and step aside as you've been listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel football on the Wildlife with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches.
Welcome back to the first quarter. Still brought to you by the Crawford Trough. Here comes the kickoff from Parowan. This will be kept inbounds. Fielded at about the 15 by Trey Walker. Trey will go down the hash to his right. He'll try and get around the corner, which he will. Down the sideline he goes and finally pushed out at the 45-yard line. Great run by Trey Walker. Great return by Trey Walker will set up his offense in a position to succeed. Under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Rich offense now onto the field. Down 22-0. 5 yards away from midfield, working from left to right. Here comes the Rich offense. Under center, 2 wide receivers to either side. Riker Conk behind him. They're going to send Carrillo in motion to the near side. They're going to keep it going, keep it going. Carrillo will set up, and then Pace will try and throw, but get wrapped up immediately. But he'll tumble forward for about a half-yard gain. Timeout taken by Rich. Rich High School will take their second timeout of the first half. We'll go ahead and keep it here. Rich High School and Parowan in the first quarter. About 140 left here. Very grateful for this officiating crew to come out. They're officiating crew that I know carries games on the Wasatch Front and Cache Valley. They've come all the way out here to Randolph. As there is an officiating shortage, specifically in Wyoming and around this area, this officiating crew would not surprise me if they get a bid to go out in different places and officiate. As several coaches in southwestern Wyoming that I've talked to have noted that pulling crews from Idaho and Utah make up for the lack of Wyoming crews. Not a whole lot. There's only 2 sets of officials on the western side of the Wyoming state line. On the western side of Wyoming, rather. Very grateful for them as they've come out. We'll go back to the live coverage here. Pace under center. Riker Conk behind him. He's got 2 wide receivers to either side. This is 2nd down and 9 coming up from about the 45-yard line. Pitch out to Trey Walker, who's going to push Riker Conk in front of him. Bounce off one person and then try and get back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10 coming up from the 45. Third down coming up for the Rich Rebels.
3rd and 10 for Rich.
From their own 44. We're ticking down to about 1 minute left in the first quarter. In comes Noah Perry with the play call from the near side. Into formation, the Rich Rebels go. Pace will be in shotgun. He'll bobble the snap and roll out to his right and throw across his body to the middle of the field. It's going to be incomplete at the 50-yard line. 4th down coming up. Throwing off of his back foot as he tried to reel in the bobbled snap. It was kind of going to float near the 50-yard line off of the hands of Noah Perry and incomplete. 4th down and 10 coming up. This time, Walker of Rich will be punting. Parowan set at about the 25-yard line to receive. Walker's punts will take a dive at the 35-yard line, and out of bounds it goes. No chance for a return. 35 seconds left in the first quarter as the Parowan offense trots out onto the field. 22-0 is your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard in the first quarter. Not able to get any LSR refrigerated first downs. We're hoping to turn that around. Darren and Tricia and the entire Wallenstein family wish the Rebels good luck in all that they do. Let's hope that the Rich Rebels can get a couple of those first downs. Brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. Parowan Rams will be situated at the 35-yard line, closer to the home sideline. Working to the north from right to left on your radio dial. Yardley in the back field with Christian Boast to his right. Trips to his right on the open side of the field. He's going to roll out to that open side. Roll. Buy time, throw out to his intended receiver. That's going to fall incomplete at the 40-yard line.
2nd down and 10 for Parowan.
Couple drops have plagued Parowan, specifically Braden Bettridge. It's going to go incomplete, 2nd down and 10 from the 35-yard line. First quarter still. Down 22-0. Parowan will put the trips out to the open side of the field again. Yardley with the running back to his right. He'll motion and get the snap, look to his left, and go right across over the face of the Rich defense. It'll be completed at the 45. He'll fall forward near midfield for first down yardage.
Pass complete on the play to Wyatt Hall for a first down.
Parowan hustling up their offense. Trips still out to the far side. On the right side, Yardley will get the snap and look back to his left and then to his right. Step up in the pocket, throw a laser across the middle. It's going to be dropped again at the 30-yard line. Parowan with a few drops in this first quarter. Nate Woods comes into the defense. He'll be playing corner as from about midfield, the Parowan Rams have second down and 10 after the incompletion intended for Wyatt Hall. Five seconds separate us from the second quarter here. Parowan up to the line they go. They're going to put Trips on the short side of the field to their left. Motion across the face to the right. They're going to go ahead and pop pass out to the left again. That's going to be fielded by Parowan. Couple decent moves there made by Shaden Benson. The 6'6" frame really helps out with catching those. He's going to get down to the 43-yard line after making a few moves. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. Brought to you by the Crawford Trough in Randolph, the place to eat and drink. We'll step aside here as you've been listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 The Wildlife with coverage at mylocalradio.com.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Time flies, especially when you're having fun. This is Jeremy Rex, manager at T-Bar S in Evanston. It's hard to believe that we've been here almost a year with our new management team and staff. Did you know that you can have your vehicle detailed, your windshield replaced, chip repair done, or get your trailer refinished or rewired at T-Bar S? Of course, we are a full-service collision repair shop, too. You can even change your oil and your brakes. Visit T-Bar S today. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, Evanston.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the second quarter brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. Parowan only needs 3 yards to get the first down. They're situated at their 43-yard line. They need to get to the 40, I bet. They're going to go ahead. Yardley will keep it himself up the middle. Riker Conk will trip him up, but not after first down yardage. He'll trip and mole his way forward to the 39-yard line. First down for Parowan, as Parowan has racked up 154 yards of total offense compared to 0 total yards for Rich High School. Now situated on the far hash of the 40-yard line. First down for the Parowan Rams. 22-0 is your reading in the middle of the second quarter. Rather, the beginning of the second quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. Parowan spread out, 2 wide receivers to either side. Yardley will go ahead and get the snap and go out to his left, keep it himself, and follow his offensive lineman. He'll get down to the 30-yard line, 26. Finally wrapped up after a 12-yard gain. All the way down to the... He's probably closer to the 30. I'm going to say about the 28-yard line. We'll get the call to run the clock as Parowan will continue its march. Now flipping the field, they're going southbound. Far hash at the 28-yard line, 1st and 10 after a 12-yard run by Yardley on the keeper. Taking their time, Yardley able to follow his lineman all the way down the field. get first down yardage. Had an option to pitch it out. He has trips now in this formation out to his right near the Rich sideline. Running back to his right as well. Yardley will go ahead and get a call for a delay of game. They're going to push the Parowan Rams back 5 yards. As first down will stay the call. First down and 15 will get the call. They're going to stay in the formation. Trips out to the right. Big frame, Shaden Benson, 6'6" on the far side near the Rich sideline. He'll go ahead and hand off right up the middle. Yardley will finally... Riley Correa will come in on the tackle for a loss for 1 yard, coming up and blitzing right up the middle. He'll tackle Braden Bettridge. Second down and 16 for the Parowan Rams. 10 minutes separate us from halftime. Connor Robinson, senior wide receiver, will come in with the play from Parowan from the far sideline. They're going to go ahead and send trips out again. Spreading the field out seems to be working for Parowan. In shotgun, Yardley with a running back to his right will get the snap. Look to his right. 7-step drop, step up in the pocket, fire laser across the middle. It'll fall incomplete at the 15-yard line, right in between 2 Parowan Rams and 3 Rich Rebels. 3rd and 15, a great opportunity now for Rich to stop the Parowan Rams on defense. Yardley had the time. He just didn't find his receiver as that pass fell incomplete at the 15-yard line. Rifled right down the middle in between the hashes. We'd like to welcome all of the listeners here on mylocalradio.com as well as 98.3 The Wildlife. Special thanks also to those of you who are joining us via broadcast through KSL Sports. Parowan will line up with 2 wide receivers to either side. Yardley will be in shotgun, step back, look to his right. He's going to roll, go up the middle. There's going to be a wide receiver fielded and caught right at the 5-yard line near the sideline there. It's going to be a touchdown. 35-yard touchdown pass from Yardley to Shaden Benson. 28-0 is your reading with 9.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Parowan leads here in Randolph. They'll keep the offense. Parowan will out onto the field, attempting a 2-point conversion. Trips out to the left. Yardley will be in shotgun. Motion across his face to the right. Yardley will pump to his left and then roll up the middle and throw it right into the ground into the end zone. Incomplete, no good. 28-0 will be your reading. We'll step aside as you've been listening to a Rich Rebel football presentation brought to you by Bear Lake Community Health Center on 98.3 The Wildlife with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Welcome, Rich Rebel fans. As 28-0 is your reading. Parowan will be up with 9.5 minutes left in the second quarter. They're going to be kicking off from the northernmost 40-yard line. Different kicker now out for Parowan. I believe that's number 29, Alexis Quesada. Kick high, and it looks really beautiful. It's going to be fielded at the 20-yard line there by Trey Walker. Trey will follow his blockers all the way down to the 33-yard line. Finally pushed back.
Trey Walker on the return.
On the far hash, that's where Rich will take off with their offense. First down and 10 coming up from the 32-yard line. Working from right to left. We get cheers from the crowd and from the cheer squad cheering on our Rebels as we hope to see them pick up an LSR refrigerated first down on this drive. Pace. Under center, I formation, two running backs behind him. That's Conk and Walker. He's going to get the snap and pitch out to Walker. Walker will look down the field and throw to Carrillo, who's going to field it at the 40-yard line. Carrillo will work his way down to the 50-yard line. A little bit of a tricky move.
First and 10 for the Rebels.
Completion from Trey Walker to Carrillo. They're going to spot him at the 48-yard line. We'll get the call to roll this clock as the Rebels will pick up an LSR refrigerated first down. In shotgun pace with wide receivers really close into him off the back ends of the tackles. Conk will be behind him. He'll go ahead and run up the middle, keep it himself. Wrapped up and thrown forward by a defensive lineman for a pickup of about 5 to the 41-yard line.
73, Bowden McElprain.
Pace.
Injury on the field.
Pace was shaken up as he was thrown over the hip of a defensive lineman of Parowan. He's going to be laying right down at the 45-yard line. We're hoping that he's able to find his way back up onto his feet. We'll take an injury timeout here as you've been listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football here on mylocalradio.com as well as on the Wildlife.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Quarterback Pace able to get back up to his feet. Hopefully it was just a little bit of a stinger. Got the wind knocked out of him. Hopefully we're going to be seeing him soon. 8.5 minutes now until halftime. Good pickup of 5 yards by Pace. He was able to roll all the way down to the 47-yard line across midfield. Now in Parowan territory. 2nd and 5 coming up here for the Rich Rebels. Carrillo on offense and quarterback. He's going to go ahead and Parowan's going to be in the backfield immediately, but they're going to go ahead and call a timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it here. Special thanks to all of the wonderful members of mylocalradio.com. With special thanks to producer Colton for keeping us on the air. Sean Hando as well, back in the office. Couldn't do it without these guys. We're here out in Randolph as the Parowan Rams are up 28-0 with 8 minutes left in the second quarter. The Rich Rebels, 4-2 all-time against the Parowan Rams. The last couple meetings, though, haven't been so kind to the Rich Rebels as they've been outscored in 2018 and 2017 combined. They're going to be outscored 67-0 each of those games. They're going to hopefully turn this around. We're looking for a great comeback from the Rich Rebels. 47-yard line. This is the chance to get some points here before halftime. Pace back at quarterback. He's going to be under center, and we're going to get a false start on the Rich High Rebels. They're going to march him back. Butler there just went a little bit early. Second down and 10 coming up for the Rich Rebels. Back to the 47-yard line. Back onto the Rich side of the field. Clock will continue to run, 8 minutes left. Noah Perry on an island out near the Rich sideline. Pace with trips to his right. Conk behind him. They're going to blitz right up the middle and finally get it out to Conk. Conk's going to make one man miss initially, but then get wrapped up right near the line of scrimmage. There's a flag on the field. And then here comes a hat as our line judge on the far side ran out of things to throw onto the field. That's what they're taught. Flag first, hat second. We'll wait to hear the call from our sideline judge. He obviously saw something, or else there wouldn't be articles of clothing out on the field. Not quite sure, but he's going to go ahead and roll over to Parowan head coach Ryan Heath, ask what he wants to do, whether he accepts this penalty. Rich will back up. The entire offense will be shuffling backwards. There's going to be holding on the Rich Rebels and an unsportsmanlike conduct. Both called against the Rich Rebels.
We have 2 fouls on the play.
They're going to go ahead and march them back.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Rich.
They're going to go ahead and elicit both of those penalties. As we're here up in the booth, we'll get the call that the unsportsmanlike penalty will be added on because it is a dead ball foul. So what was once 2nd and 5 is now 2nd and very long. Very, very long. They're now situated all the way down to their own 25-yard line. They have to get to the opposing 43 for a first down. Referees and this officiating crew making sure that they get the spot of the ball right, and we'll get the call to roll this clock under center. Quarterback Pace with Riker Conk behind him. He'll step back, 5-step drop, and put it right off of the back end of Riley Carrillo, incomplete. It's going to fall incomplete at the 30-yard line. Tyson Gale playing cornerback out here for Parowan, almost able to scoop that one up. 3rd and long coming up for the Rich Rebels. Running into the offensive huddle, Kason Johnson, sophomore for the Rich Rebels. Long time in the huddle. Pace will have trips out to his left. One running back behind him. We'll get a flag here. Delay of game on the Rich Rebels as they've taken too long in the huddle. When something goes wrong, everything goes wrong. They're going to back him up even farther. Down to the 20-yard line. They need to pick up 33 yards for the first down. A little bit of a ways. Trips out to his left. Pace in shotgun. He'll look and receive the snap. Look out to his right. Throw across the middle and almost intercepted by a defensive lineman of Parowan. Intended receiver Riley Carrillo. 4th down and 33 coming up for the Rich Rebels. Down 28-0. Here comes the Rich Rebels facing a 4th and very, very long punt formation. Pace will be back to punt. He's standing around the 10-yard line. Parowan at their own 40. As a fumbled long snap at the feet of Pace, he'll just fall on it for safety's sake. The Parowan Rams will take over now at the 10-yard line of the Rich Rebels. First down and goal coming up for the Parowan Rams in shotgun. Yardley will have trips out to his left. Gents, the running back, to his right. Motion to the near side. They're going to hand the fake off, and Yardley will fumble the ball right near the 4-yard line. They're going to rule him down, though. I thought as though that the Rich Rebel defense were able to poke that ball out before he falls down on his bottom. 5-yard gain by Yardley. He was on the keeper. He faked it across his face to the motioning slot receiver to the right and took it himself up near the right side of the offensive line and get brought down at the 5-yard line. 2nd down and 5 coming up until the goal line. 2nd and goal. Shotgun again. Trips to the right now. Yardley will motion to the open side of the field and hand off to Parowan. Parowan will find the corner and move his way up to the end zone. There's flag right near where Parowan player Connor Robinson crossed the goal line. We have flag out onto the field. We'll wait to see what the call is. Holding will be called on Parowan. They'll move them back a little ways from the goal line, but 2nd down will remain. We're ahead of the curve and know the penalty call before our white hat can give it officially. Moving them back to the 10-yard line here. Now on the left hash, open side of the field to the right. Left to right. Yardley will have 2 wide receivers to either side. Jens to his right, motion across his face. Yardley will bounce off and fumble the ball, and it will be recovered by the Rich Rebels at the 15-yard line. Noah Perry pokes that ball out. Yardley, that's a Town of Garden City turnover for Noah Perry. That's where families play and beautiful Bear Lake. Visit gardencity.ut.us. Noah Perry bringing us that turnover. The Rich Rebels will take over on offense with 7 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. Here comes the offense. Now Pace under center in I formation. 2 running backs behind him. 2 wide receivers out to his left on the open side of the field. He'll survey, take the snap, read off the butt of Conk, and then get met by, I believe, if I count correctly, 7 Parowan Rams will pull him down for a loss of 4. We have an injured Rich Rebel situated at the 15-yard line. We'll go ahead and step aside here as you've been listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 The Wildlife, with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
We still have a injured Rich Rebel player situated at the 15-yard line near the south end zone. Can't see who the number is, but we hope that he is okay. Football can be brutal at points, and just one wrong misstep and one hit somewhere is going to really leave a stinger, and we're hoping that everything is all right. The Rich Rebels are down in this first half by a couple touchdowns. We're in the second quarter. We're in the second quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. For all your propane needs, call 435-793-4208. Let's go ahead and step aside again. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Football on mylocalradio.com.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Time flies, especially when you're having fun. This is Jeremy Rex, manager at T-Bar-S in Evanston. It's hard to believe that we've been here almost a year with our new management team and staff. Did you know that you can have your vehicle detailed, your windshield replaced, chip repair done, or get your trailer refinished or rewired at T-Bar-S? Of course, we are a full-service collision repair shop, too. You can even change your oil and your brakes. Visit T-Bar-S today. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, Evanston.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Justin Adams, a.k.a. Buckwheat, for the Rich Rebels, getting helped off the field. I was able to meet with him during homecoming week. Wasn't on microphone or anything, but quite possibly one of the nicest kids I have ever met in my entire life. Kid loves football, and he loves being part of the community. We're glad that he's able to walk a little bit. He's getting help, and he's finally reaching the sideline. Good luck to Buckwheat as the Rich Rebel offense now, with 2nd and 15 facing them with about 6.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Sun has gone away. We're now a little bit cloudy here. Up 28-0, Parowan on defense. There's the rolling of the clock call, and here comes the offense under center pace. With two wide receivers to either side, they're going to go motion Trey Walker and then hand off up the middle to Riker Conk, who's going to bang off a Gents and then off of another Parowan player and down after a 3-yard gain. 3rd down and 11. on the near hash from about the 13-yard line. The Rich Rebels need to get to the 29 for a first down. Running back and linebacker Easton Gents will limp off the field. He probably just got a little bit of a dead leg there. Pace under center, Conk behind him, 2 wide receivers to either side. He'll survey the field. Go ahead and step back, 5-step drop, and throw out to his right. Trey Walker will grab it, and in the flat he goes, and he'll only pick up about 4 yards. 4th down and 7. The Rich Rebels. Walker will get the punting duties on this time around. He's right around the 5-yard line. Past midfield, the Parowan Rams look to receive. Walker will get it off his foot and will take a dive and bounce for Rich. It'll be fielded at the 50-yard line. Parowan will come all the way down to the 43-yard line. 46-yard line of Rich, excuse me. Here comes Parowan. Levi Stonehouse. Great hit there. First down and 10 from the 45-yard line. I didn't think he got to the 45, but maybe he did. First down and 10 from the 45-yard line. Spread offense, Yardley in the shotgun, 2 wide receivers on either side of the field. He'll get it and hand off up the middle. Here comes Parowan down to the 40, off the butt of the tackle. He's going to go down to the 30, 20-yard line down the sidelines and finally get pushed down at the 15-yard line. That's going to go ahead and be Christian Boast, senior running back, 5'10", for Parowan. He'll pick up from the 45 all the way down to the 15. 30-yard gain by Parowan.
That brings us to a first and 10 for Parowan.
4:44 left in the second quarter. Brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. In the shotgun, Yardley will hand off again to Boast. Boast up the middle, he goes down to the 5. Close to first down yardage. Second down and inches coming up for the Parowan Rams. After 2 very well executed runs by Christian Boast, the 5'10", 170 senior. Here comes Parowan out in formation again. They're going to spread the offense. Same formation, 2 wide receivers to either side. Boast to Yardley's left. They'll hand it off to him again, and he's going to go into the end zone and jump in for the score. Touchdown. 5-yard run there by Christian Boast is going to bump them up all the way. 34-0 is your reading. Under 4 minutes in the second quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. Here comes the PAT attempt for Parowan. Snap is down, kick is up and good. 35-0 will be your reading here in the second quarter on the Station on Main scoreboard. Go ahead and take a step aside as you've been listening to Rich Rebel Sports presented by Bear Lake Community Health Center on 98.3 The Wildlife with MyLocalRadio.com sponsoring live video coverage.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Welcome back to the second quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. For all your propane needs, call 435-793-4208. Late substitution from the sideline of Rich. It's going to be fielded at the 30. Rich will go ahead and go all the way across to the 36-yard line. Johnson of Rich High School will get his kick return for about 6 yards. 3:47 in the second quarter. Rich's offense will pick up there. The 36-yard line, closer to the near hash, the home hash. Noah Perry will go in with the play call. Pace will look at his wristband and orchestrate this offensive drive. 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line of Rich. Pace with Conk and Carrillo behind him. Walker in the slot position close to the tackle. He's going to be under center. Pace will get the snap, look across, get hit very hard from the backside, and throw it out to Carrillo. Carrillo will meet a wall of defenders near the line of scrimmage for 2nd down. Personal foul will be called on Parowan. They're going to move the ball forward. Automatic 1st down. Different type of 1st down pickup, but nonetheless, it is an LSR refrigerated 1st down. Darren and Trish and the entire Wallenstein family wishing the Rebels good luck in all they do. They're going to be down all the way to the 50-yard line. Just the whole football will be across the field on the Parowan side. Pace under center and I formation. Between the hole, between the right guard and the right tackle, he'll go ahead and pick up 4 yards down to the 45-yard line. Time will continue to roll. 3 minutes before halftime. 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Rich Rebels. In with the play comes Levi Stonehouse. They're sticking with this formation with Pace under center. This time Walker dots the I in the backfield. They'll snap it and hand it off to Walker. Walker will get swallowed up by a Parowan defensive end. Yes, Bowden McElprang will wrap up Trey Walker. McElprang. 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Rebels. 2-minute mark. Good news here from the box. I'm able to see that Buckwheat is able to get a little bit of mobility and stand on his own. Hopefully he'll be able to come back as Pace will be under center in the same formation, dotting the I. Carrillo this time. Carrillo will get the handoff and get swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackled there by... He's going to be tackled there by Cooper Miller. Junior, 5'11", 185. 4th down and 6 coming up still for the Rich Rebels. Fourth down and 6, they're going to elect to keep that offense out onto the field. Don't have much to lose at this point. Rich Rebels with trips out to the right. Pace under center. He'll look, throw it to Walker. Walker will play off of the block of Carrillo and move all the way down for about a 3-yard gain. Not enough for the 1st down. Under a minute left in the second quarter. Brought to you by T7 Propane. That'll be a turnover on downs. Parowan will take over. We're getting a little bit windy here as a breeze comes into the booth. Yardley will be under center for the first time, I believe, in this game. And take a knee. They're going to want to go into the second half up 35-0. That brings up second down and 11. They'll bring it down to the mark that they need to. They should be clear to snap and take a knee now, as it's about 30 seconds left in the second quarter. That's it, as the teams will go to the locker room. Second quarter brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. The score on this station on main scoreboard is 35-0 in favor of the Parowan Rams. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel football on 98.3 FM. With video coverage online at mylocalradio.com. Stay tuned. We'll go ahead and get some diagnostics, some stats from the first half, and look forward to this second half. You'll be hearing from me as part of halftime. This is Cody Olson, voice of the Rich High Rebels, calling the Rich Rebel game against the Parowan Rams in football here. That kickoff started at 4 p.m. We're now at halftime. We get a 15-minute halftime here. Down 35-0. We'll step aside as you've been listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel football on 98.3. The Wildlife, with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Time flies, especially when you're having fun. This is Jeremy Rex, manager at T-Bar S in Evanston. It's hard to believe that we've been here almost a year with our new management team and staff. Did you know that you can have your vehicle detailed, your windshield replaced, chip repair done, or get your trailer refinished or rewired at T-Bar S? Of course, we are a full-service collision repair shop, too. You can even change your oil and your brakes. Visit T-Bar S today. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, Evanston.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome you back to the halftime show brought to you by Ellingford Brothers in Evanston for all your sand, gravel, cement, and steel needs. Ellingford Brothers, serving customers for 5 generations. That's quite a long time. We're going to welcome you into the halftime show here. We're going to go ahead and give a brief recap of the first half. Rich will be down 35-0 to the Parowan Rams. Parowan will take the ball first. We'll recap here the first half. Parowan will take the ball first on the 43-yard line. Kick return down to the 40-yard line after 3 straight runs. They're going to go 4 straight runs here, only 1 incompletion in the 20-yard touchdown run by Easton Gents. Rich not able to move the ball as they fumble on their possession. And then an interception returned all the way down to the 22-yard line of Rich. Parowan then will go and move the ball down for a 6-yard touchdown run by Easton Gents again. That's his second one of the game on their first 2 possessions. Ball kicked out of bounds on the next one. Parowan will pick up. And on a 3-yard touchdown run, Yardley will get his first score of the game with a minute 58 left in the first quarter. Taking down into the second quarter, Parowan will find pay dirt a couple more times. That last touchdown would be a 5-yard touchdown run that's going to put Parowan up 35-0 with about 4 minutes left in the second quarter. PAT would be good. Special thanks to Rob Leifson for keeping stats. He keeps this place running, and there would not be a broadcast without him. Incredibly grateful for his work as we are now moving our way at the 10-minute mark before the start of the second half. That was a brief recap. The score, again, 35-0 in favor of Parowan. We'll take a quick break here while we get more statistics, more stats to bring to you. Brought to you by Ellingford Brothers. This halftime show will be a standout student interview. I was able to meet with Hattie Cornea. Brought to you by Western Ag Credit. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Football on 98.3 FM with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
At Ellingford Brothers, we're known for an excellent steel shop and quality cement. We also provide other products all year round. Sand and different sizes of gravel for road base and landscaping in the summer and fall. Traction in the winter and mud control in the spring. Bark for landscaping in the summer and winterization in the fall. And topsoil. Spring, summer, and fall. Prices are always honest. Pickup or delivery. Ellingford Brothers, your year-round source for so many things. Stop in today at 221 County Road in Evanston.
When it comes to farming and ranching, it makes good sense to work with a lender who understands finance and agriculture. Western Ag Credit is an independent cooperative owned by the farmers and ranchers who borrow from it. With competitive rates, your loan is tailored to match your business needs. Real estate, livestock, equipment, and operating expenses. When it comes to farming and ranching financing, Western Ag Credit in Evanston is your partner in agriculture.
Welcome back to the Ellingford Brothers halftime show. Today, our standout student segment, we are talking with Hattie Cornea. It's great to sit down and just have an interview with her. This segment of our halftime show is brought to you by Western Ag Credit, your partner in agriculture, a lender who understands finance and agriculture. 848 Front Street in Evanston. Here's Hattie Cornea.
Good evening, Rich Rebel fans. I am Cody Olson, voice of the Rich High Rebels. I'm joined here with our outstanding student of the week, Hattie Cornea. Hattie, thank you so much for your time in meeting with me before the football game today.
Thank you. I'm happy I was able to meet with you also.
I am excited to kind of interview you. There's a lot of things happening and a lot of stuff that we love to cover when it comes to outstanding student of the week. I guess the first question, everyone has a different answer, and none of the answers are wrong. Imagine having a test, not being able to have a wrong answer. But we've talked a little bit about, in the past, when I've interviewed people, about what it means to be a Rich High Rebel. Being from Randolph, what does it mean to you to be a Rich High Rebel?
What it means to be a Rich High Rebel, to me, is to all come together as a community. We have a lot of support here. And to have lots of spirit and to just go out there and do the best that we can.
I like that one a lot. That's all positive things, all good things. Hattie, I know I'm going to ask you a question that maybe I haven't given you the heads up for, but what do you do here at school? What kind of activities are you involved in?
I rodeo in the fall and the spring, and I do basketball in the winter.
There you go. Awesome. And what, do you show animals for the rodeo and stuff like that?
Like for the fair, we do it in Evanston, and I've shown just about every animal that you can.
Every animal. Which one's the most difficult that you've had trouble with?
Probably a beef.
Well, they're quite large and they take up a lot of room and stuff. I hear that goats and lambs are pretty stubborn as well. Is that right?
Goats are better than lambs, but they're still pretty hard.
They're still pretty hard. I guess you talked a little bit about basketball. We haven't covered basketball yet. It's coming up in the wintertime. How is the team looking? What kind of atmosphere is happening here as basketball is getting ready to start for the upcoming winter?
I feel like we have a really good chance this year. We just need to go out there and play as a team and hopefully come out on top.
What position are you playing on the basketball court so when I know I can call it out correctly on play-by-play?
Just wing and maybe point guard sometimes.
Go. Exciting, exciting. We're here with Hattie Cornea down here at Rich High School in Randolph. Hattie, we've talked a little bit about Rich High School. We've talked a little bit about basketball. Talk to me a little bit about who inspires you here in town to maybe just be the best student that you can possibly be. Maybe perhaps him.
Probably Miss Muir. I'm back in concurrent a lot, and she helps me strive to do better in school and, I don't know, keep up on my college assignments, and she helps everybody back there, and we wouldn't be able to do it without her.
What does she teach?
She just is she's over everything back there in concurrent and makes sure all of the classes are on when they're supposed to be, emails our professors when we need help, and she's just back there to help us.
I know a huge part of Rich High School is the placement program. You get a lot of opportunity to do concurrent enrollment and lots of credits for college and stuff like that. Hattie, what kind of things are you interested in post-high school in terms of study?
I want to go into pediatric dental hygiene when I get out of high school, and I will be graduating with my associate's degree from Utah State this spring.
Fantastic, fantastic. Go Aggies. I'm going to be graduating from Utah State this upcoming spring. Hattie, I am looking forward to seeing either your professional basketball career or the dental work that you're going to be doing. Congratulations on everything that you do. Last question before I go. What was your favorite activity that happened this last week as part of homecoming? I know I'm putting you right on the spot. There was lots of really fun stuff. I hear you had a rotten pig that didn't really turn out really great, but what was the fun thing that just stuck out to you the most in terms of homecoming?
I would say probably Friday with the football game and the volleyball games. The student sections were super loud, and it was a super fun atmosphere, and it was a good time.
They were so loud that I couldn't even use my crowd mic. They were too loud in the gym. Congratulations, Hattie, for everything that you've been doing. Anything else that you want to cover before we end our interview?
No, I think we've covered everything.
That's Hattie Cornea of Rich High School, senior here and Outstanding Student of the Week. Thank you so much for your time. We'll go ahead and take a break here as you've been listening to Outstanding Student on 98.3 The Wildlife. Welcome back. And next on the Ellingford Brothers Halftime Show, we'll recap some of the highlights from the first half, brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a champion cause. At the half, the score on the Station on Main scoreboard is 35-0. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel football on 98.3 FM with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
In 4-H, we believe young people have the power and influence to improve the world around us. With hands-on learning and education programs, 4-H members pledge their head to clearer thinking, their heart to greater loyalty, their hands to larger service, and their health to better living. To learn more about 4-H in Rich County, stop by our office in the county building in Randolph or give us a call at 435-793-2435. 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime.
Proudly serving the people of Randolph and Hiram, Utah since 1997. Dr. Sean Grohl with Comprehensive Family Dental offers dentistry for patients of all ages. Great care, positive environment, and fair prices. Call for an appointment today.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. The Rebels are coming back out onto the field, and we have a rainbow over the town of Randolph. It is wonderful to be here, and it's great to be covering football. We're going to go ahead and cover some highlights and some stats from the first half. Here we go. As Yardley of Parowan will be 5 of 11 for 83 yards and 1 touchdown. Shaden Benson, the 6'6" frame and tight end there for Parowan, will have 2 receptions for 32 yards, a touchdown, and a 2-point conversion. Christian Boast, 6 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown. Gents will get 2 touchdowns. That was on the 2 opening drives. Yardley will have 1 on the ground as well. Rich is 4 for 9 passing. They're in the negative yards for this first half in both passing and rushing. Riker Conk has 3 carries for 10 yards. Pace, 3 for 3 yards. Carrillo, 3 for 2 yards. And Walker chipping in a little bit as well. Carrillo has 2 receptions for 15 yards. That's a little bit of the stats and highlights here of the first half. We'll go ahead as we have a minute left before halftime. We'd like to go ahead and thank the town of Randolph as this beautiful rainbow is touching down right near the south side at the beginning of town here, and it's probably stretching all the way to the north side. It is absolutely beautiful. I feel really bad, honestly, if you're not tuned in to the My Local Radio stream. It looks pretty. As it's kind of drizzling, we had a Utah rainstorm that lasted about 20 seconds here as it shook up the booth. We'll go ahead and take a step aside as we'll get ready for the second half. The Ellingford Brothers first is the halftime show. Special thanks to them as you've been listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football. This is brought to you by Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. Ellingford Brothers, the best in specialized services, including steel fabrication, gravel, road base, cement, and more. Right after these messages, we're going to have the Town of Woodruff kickoff, brought to you by Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares, Freeway Tires, on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Welcome back to the third quarter, brought to you by the Town of Woodruff. This kickoff brought to you by the Town of Woodruff. It's going to be taken here by Trey Walker at the 10-yard line. Down the hash he goes on the right side, back and cut to the middle. He's going to be upended and taken down at the 25-yard line. Trey is going to get rocked on that play. Taken up into the air and driven into the ground. 8 seconds will tick off in the third quarter. We'll go ahead and keep it here. Hopefully Trey is okay. If I've seen anything, that's I imagine he's going to knock the wind out of him right there. Here we get a picture as that rainbow is starting to fade away over the town of Randolph. Trey is able to get up. Good work from him. As the Rich Rebel offense now will take over. First down and 10 from the 25-yard line. That kickoff was brought to you by the Town of Woodruff. Mayor Scott Saby, council members Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, Millie Bradshaw, Seiko Webb, and clerk Lisa Bell sharing Rich Rebel pride. This is the third quarter brought to you by the Town of Randolph. Home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from Mayor Lynn West and board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lamb, and clerk Lana Peart. Station on main scoreboard. 35-0. Here's Pace under center with 2 wide receivers to either side. He's going to fake the handoff to Conk and then get wrapped up by 4 Parowan Rams. The ball will come out, but it will be whistled dead. 1 yard loss, 2nd and 11 from the 24-yard line now. That little fake did not really fool the Parowan Rams as they were able to wrap up Pace for a 1-yard loss. Now into the 3rd quarter, I'll change this. Little number, 3rd quarter is where we're at, 35-0. Out to the line come the Rich Rebels in their offensive formation, I formation with Walker dotting the I, Conk in the middle. He's going to give it to Conk. Conk will finally get some space of his own. He's pushing through people. Great run by Riker Conk. He's going to pick up about 14 yards down to the 40-yard line. They're going to push it back actually to the 39-yard line. 15-yard run by Riker Conk. Congratulations. Great move. That's an LSR refrigerated first down. Darren, Tristan, and the entire Wallentine family wish the Rebels good luck in all they do. Special thanks also to our boosters, Walmart, Atlas Home Care and Hospice, and Comprehensive Family Dental. In the eye again. They're going to hand off to Walker. Walker will follow Conk and then get tackled after a 1-yard gain to the 40-yard line. Walker will go up the right side and kind of following the hash there near the 40-yard line on the near side. It'll be 2nd and 9 coming up for the Rich Rebels. Down 35-0. In comes Kaysen Johnson, sophomore wide receiver, with the play call. Looks like Buckwheat is back out in left guard. Good to see him back. As they're going to go ahead into I formation, and they're going to be close in tight. Timeout will be taken by the Rich Rebels. Coach Grohl will speak to his team as they've picked up an LSR refrigerated first down. Let's go ahead. Any illegal substitution was probably going to be avoided as there was too many people on the field and then someone came off. We'll go ahead and step aside here as you've been listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Welcome back to the 3rd quarter, brought to you by the town of Randolph. In the I formation, Pace will roll back and throw across the middle to Riley Carrillo, incomplete, falling around the 45-yard line. 3rd down and 9 will face the Rich Rebels as the clock will continue to run as part of the mercy rule. Team has to be up by 35 points in the second half, and in order to stop that clock, the opposing team, which is down, needs to get under 21 points. Here comes the Rich Rebels. Under center, Pace with trips out to his left on the open side of the field. Carrillo, tight end to the right. Conk behind him. He'll get the snap and roll out to his left. He'll look down the field and throw over to Trey Walker, incomplete, down at the 48-yard line. It was in his vicinity, but not able to reel that one in. 4th down and 9 coming up for the Rich Rebels. Pace will be the punter with his cleats firmly planted at the 28-yard line on the north side, the Rich side of the field. He'll get the snap and boot it up into the air. Good punt by Pace, but it will go ahead and bounce backwards as they touch the ball. Buckwheat is able to tackle the Parowan player who tried to scoop it up. It'll be picked up. It will be picked up at the original line of scrimmage. First down and 10 for the Rich Rebels. You can't draw that up. That's great. So to recap, good punt by quarterback Hunter Pace. It will take a bounce at the 40-yard line of Parowan. Take just a baseball kind of hop back towards the Rich side. Credit to Buckwheat for not giving up on the play. As soon as the Parowan player touched the ball, he just tackled him, and then that was a live ball. Fielded at the original line of scrimmage. Here's first and 10 from the 40-yard line. Pace under center. He'll hand off up the middle to Walker. Walker will find a wall and get 2 yards and fall forward. Second down and 8 coming up. Fun little muffing of the punt there. Here comes Kason Johnson to bring in the play for the Rich Rebels. 6.5 minutes left in the third quarter, brought to you by the town of Randolph. Not really like on that fourth down, I guess it would be considered a turnover in a way. That's a town of Garden City turnover by Parowan as they tried to scoop it up. Buckwheat tackles somebody and the ball goes free. Pigskin on the ground. In shotgun, Pace will get the ball with 2 wide receivers to either side. He'll throw out to his right and find Carrillo, who will field it right at the 50-yard line and then get tackled almost immediately down to the 49 of Rich. He's going to be about a yard short of a first down.
That'll bring us to a third down with 1 yard to go.
3rd and 1 coming up for the Rich Rebels. Looking for that LSR refrigerated first down. Here comes the Rich Rebels. Strutting out to the 49-yard line. Trips are going to be near the home sideline on the open side of the field. In the slot, Walker under center, Pace with Conk behind him immediately. He's going to hand off to Conk. Conk will fall forward and get more yardage than he absolutely needed to. That's an LSR refrigerated first down after a 4-yard pickup by Riker Conk right up the A-gap, up the middle.
First down for the Rebels.
Here comes the Rich Rebels here. 5 minutes left in the third quarter, brought to you by the town of Randolph. Great run there by Riker Conk as they're getting some yardage and a couple first downs. Great effort by Buckwheat and company to keep this drive alive. Trips again to the open side of the field on the right of Pace. Pace will be under center with Conk behind him. He'll drop back immediately and throw it to Nate Woods. Nate will fumble the ball. I don't know if that was behind him. They're going to call it incomplete. Incomplete for Nathan Woods. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Second and 10 for the Rebels.
2nd down and 10 coming up for the Rich Rebels. Kason Johnson coming in with the play, as we've seen a couple times. Situated now at the 46-yard line of Parowan. The Rich Rebels moving the ball a little bit thanks to a muffed punt and a first down run by Conk. Pace will pitch it out to Walker. Walker will get a full head of steam and get pushed back and pushed out of bounds after a 2-yard gain. I'll tell you what, they punished quarterback Pace in the backfield right after he pitched the ball. He is an eligible man to be whacked, and he did get whacked by a linebacker of Parowan. 3rd down and 7 coming up for the Rich High Rebels. This time, Levi Stonehouse bringing in the play. We're at 3-minute mark here in the third quarter. Down 35-0. The Rich Rebels. Pace giving instructions to Noah Perry and Carrillo here on the near side and open side of the field, those two wide receivers on either side. Pace will step back, 7-step drop and run for his life and throw to Conk. Conk will duck under an initial tackle and get back to the line of scrimmage. 4th down and 7 coming up for the Rich Rebels. Right at the 43-yard line. Need to get to the 36. Nate Woods comes in with the play, sprinting from the sideline to the east into the huddle. That huddle now situated right at the 45-yard line of Rich, right near the logo. Approaching the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter. They're going to have two wide receivers to either side. Open side of the field to the left as they are situated on the right hash. They're going to send Carrillo in motion to the left and pitch it out to him. Carrillo will try and find some room and get wrapped up there by Gents of Parowan down to the 49-yard line. That's going to be a turnover on downs. Turnover on downs. Parowan will come back out onto offense now with a minute and a half left in the third quarter. Gents getting it done on both sides of the ball. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns as well as that tackle for a loss, as we just barely saw. They're going to take the ball over here at the 47-yard line of their own 47-yard line. They're going from right to left. Hustle substitution from Rich. In the shotgun, 2 wide receivers. Motion will go to the short side of the field to the right. They're going to hand off to Gents. Gents goes up the middle and is going to be wrapped up there and pushes and churns his legs forward for about a 4-yard gain. 2nd down and 6 coming up. Great power run by Easton Gents of the Parowan Rams. Into Rich Rebel territory now, the 49-yard line. He was getting some help from his offensive lineman, the collective effort to push him forward for probably an extra 2 yards than he would have got on his own. 2nd down and 6. Gents will remain in the backfield to the left of Yardley. Yardley with 2 wide receivers to either side. Noah Perry will sneak up and blitz from the safety position but get blown up, and then Gents will get tackled there. That is Hunter Pace on the tackle. 3rd and 4 now for the Parowan Rams. That's going to be the end of the third quarter. We'll go ahead and step aside as you've been listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of a Rich Rebel football here on 98.3 The Wildlife, as well as broadcast on KSL and mylocalradio.com.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive.
Sorry to cut off West Star Printing there as the Parowan Rams have switched out their quarterback. In spread, they're going to hand off to Gents. Gents will get a full head of steam right up the middle and shoot across to the left side of the field all the way down to the 30-yard line. He'll get a stiff arm, and all the way down the sideline he goes for the touchdown. What a run by Easton Gents. He'll go ahead and take the ball going to his right at about the 50-yard line, cut all the way to the 40 on the right side of the field, and then back across. And he'll use the umpire, the referee, almost as a block, get a fantastic stiff arm there on the left side of the field, and then dance his way into the end zone, 41-0. 41-0 is your reading here as the PAT attempt from Parowan coming up. Down and up. It's going to be up and good. 42-0 will be your reading. We'll step aside here as you've been listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 The Wildlife, as well as video coverage at mylocalradio.com.
Is it time to stop wishing for your dream home in beautiful Bear Lake? If you're ready to make your dream a reality, Bear Lake Realty can help. With residential and land listings, including vacation properties, timeshares, cabins, condos, beachfront, lake view, and more, Bear Lake Realty has what you're looking for. And with more than 30 years of real estate experience in the area, you know you're working with the best. Visit bearlakerealty.com and come and enjoy the Caribbean of the Rockies with us.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter now. Brought to you by Bear Lake Realty and Gary McKee. Beautiful homes with private sandy beachfront access can be yours at the Reserve. Log on to bearlakerealty.com. Parowan up 42-0 on Rich as the kickoff will be taken here. We're going to move into the fourth quarter now on our Station on Main scoreboard as we have 11:23 left in the fourth quarter. Here comes the kickoff from Parowan. High. Actually, it's going to be a line drive. Taken there. It's going to die right at the 15. Picked up by Trey Walker. He'll fall forward to about the 18-yard line on the far side of the field. Here comes the Rich Rebels. And their offense, they're going to take the ball on the far hash at the 18-yard line. First down and 10, working from right to left on your radio dial. Here comes the offense. Pace will be under center with trips out to the far open side of the field. That's going to be on the near side, actually. Conk will be behind him under center. He'll get the snap and look immediately to his left. Carrillo will get wrapped up and blown up a little bit there at the 18-yard line. Nowhere to go after great defensive pursuit and execution by the corners there on the right side. Fourth quarter brought to you by Bear Lake Realty and Gary McKee. Beautiful homes with sandy beachfront access can be yours at the Reserve. Log on to bearlakerealty.com. Station on Main scoreboard reading 42-0. We're in the fourth quarter. Now in shotgun. Two wide receivers to either side. Conk behind Pace. Pace will look to his right and scramble. Run, tuck the ball, and juke out one person and then get brought down at the line of scrimmage. No one open as he looked down the field. He decided to tuck it himself and to run out to his right. He's going to be tackled there on the far side of the field, closer to the Parowan side, that is. Third down and 10 coming up with 9.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Just nobody open as Pace didn't have the patience to necessarily stick around to see what was going to meet him. 8 yards in the backfield. He decided to tuck it himself and run. Get back to the line of scrimmage. Good move. Probably the smart thing to do. Now in formation, trips will be on the open side of the field to the left of him on the near side, working from right to left. He'll look immediately to his left. His little pop pass, up and go. He goes. It's going to be intercepted at the 30-yard line, taken down to the 20. Down and around the corner. He's going to jump right into the end zone, over and touches the pylon. That is we're waiting for the official reading there. I did not see an official call. They're going to mark him down as a touchdown there. We're going to get confirmation. Special help to the booth here for letting me do that. I was looking at the line judge who's supposed to call that touchdown as he was on the line. 48-0 is your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard. PAT is down and up. It's going to be good. 49-0. We'll take a step aside as you've been listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 The Wildlife with coverage at mylocalradio.com.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the fourth quarter brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. 49-0 is your reading, as Parowan has taken an interception for a touchdown. Here's the kickoff from Parowan. Great hit, kick high and up, fielded at the 20-yard line. Here comes Noah Perry, who will fall down right at the 27-yard line. First down and 10 at the 27-yard line. Under 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We're keeping it here. The Rich Rebel offense out onto the field. Here comes the Rich Rebel offense out onto the field. Under center, I formation, 2 wide receivers out to the left. Here comes Pace. He's going to hand it off to Walker. Walker will find a great hole there and get all the way down to first down yardage. LSR refrigerated first down yardage. Just a great hole there. On the left side of the line, he's going to find it and go down to the 40-yard line, smack dab in the middle. Right between the hashes there. We're situated right at the 40. Right as if you're going to be kicking off. Great run there by Walker. Going up the left. Right off of the guard and the left tackle. In I formation again, 2 wide receivers to the right. They're going to go ahead and hand off again, this time to Carrillo. Carrillo will find some room and snake his way for an 11-yard gain. Now to the right hash, down to the 47-yard line of Parowan. Zooming past a couple people. 6 minutes separate us from the end of regulation. Trotting onto the field, Levi Stonehouse to get the play call in. Station on main scoreboard reading, 49-0, in case you're just joining us here in the fourth quarter. Whether that be on mylocalradio.com, KSL Sports, or listening on 98.3 The Wildlife. I formation, they're going to go ahead and little switcheroo up and around the corner. Carrillo goes after getting the up around. 6-yard gain, working his way to the east side of the field. I'd like to go ahead and give a shout out to the lineman there. I saw Buckwheat planting somebody into the ground around the 33-yard line. 15 yards away from the play, Buckwheat was driving people. Shout out to the offensive line. They don't get enough, as it's now 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Pace under center. 2 slots really in close. They're going to send Walker in motion out to the left on the far side of the near side of the field. There's going to be a fumbled snap, and Pace will jump on it. Quick reaction there by Pace is going to save a turnover. 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Rich Rebels. I'm your voice of the Rich Rebels, Cody Olson, covering this game against Parowan. They're going to line up Noah Perry far out here on the near side. They're going to send Walker in motion. Walker will get the pitch and try and find Conk as a lead blocker. He'll go ahead and cut off of his rear end Up the hash he goes, down to the 35-yard line. Great run by Walker. First down, and that's an LSR refrigerated first down for the Rich Rebels. Situated on the left hash at the 34-yard line. Making some headroom now. The Rich Rebels work their way from right to left on your radio dial. Fourth quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Nate Woods hustling out onto the field. Hopefully they're going to avoid this delay of game as this play's coming in a little bit later than it should. Under center, two wings. They're going to throw Walker in motion. He's going to go ahead and get the pitch and set his feet to throw. Incomplete at the 30-yard line, intended for Carrillo. Second down and 10 coming up for the Rich Rebels. The second time that they've run that play. It worked the first time in the first half for a completion from Walker to Carrillo. Strutting to the line, the offensive line set up with Pace under center. They're going to go ahead and call encroachment and offsides on that blitzing linebacker. That's number 58 of Parowan. He's just getting a little overzealous. They'll march 5 yards off. I don't have a 58 on my roster. Second down and 5 coming up for the Rich Rebels. They're going to redo that play. They'll set up in the same formation with two wide receivers to the right. I formation. They'll go ahead and hand off. Misdirection there, and misdirection, maybe miscommunication, miss something. They're going to go back to the line of scrimmage. Third down and 5 coming up with about 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I think quarterback Hunter Pace went one way and Carrillo went the other way, and the handoff was a little awkward, about 2 yards in the backfield. He'll get to the line of scrimmage. Third down and 6 for the Rebels. Pace will step back, 7-step drop and fire across the middle. He'll find Carrillo, field it at the 20-yard line.
Pass complete from Hunter Pace to Riley Carrillo.
They're going to. The ball came out. A couple Parowan players jumped on it, but they're going to motion that Carrillo had a knee down before the end as the play ended. That's an LSR refrigerated first down. Half a yard separates the Rich Rebels from red zone on Parowan's side. Two wide receivers to either side of the field. Here comes Pace in the shotgun. He'll survey, look immediately to his left, and find a bubble pass. One-handed grab there by Conk. Conk will grab it there at the 20, gets spun around and taken down. After a 3-yard gain, bubble pass out to the left on the home side of the field. Under 1 minute left to play. We're going to go ahead and call a timeout by Rich. Timeout by Rich. We'll go ahead and step aside ourselves as we have 1 minute left remaining in the fourth quarter, hoping for Rich to get some points. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel football on the Wildlife with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Is it time to stop wishing for your dream home in beautiful Bear Lake? If you're ready to make your dream a reality, Bear Lake Realty can help with residential and land listings, including vacation properties, timeshares, cabins, condos, beachfront, lake view, and more. Bear Lake Realty has what you're looking for. And with more than 30 years of real estate experience in the area, you know you're working with the best. Visit bearlakerealty.com and come and enjoy the Caribbean of the Rockies with us.
Coming back now, down 49 points. Rich now in the red zone. They have 56 seconds to get into the end zone. Pace will drop back to his right, throw across his body. Incomplete there for, intended for Trey Walker. It's going to fall incomplete at around the 10-yard line. 3rd down and 7 coming up for the Rich Rebels. 2 wide receivers to either side, Conk behind him. Pace will step out to his right, throw across his body to the middle of the field, incomplete at the 10-yard line. 4th down coming up. The final timeout will be taken by Rich High School. This is going to be their last little hurrah. We'll step aside as well as you're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel football on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Welcome back. This is the final attempt here for the Rich High Rebels as Pace will step back in the shotgun, throw it across the field to his left. It's going to be fielded by Walker. Walker has to beat one man. He's going to stretch, and they're going to down him right at the 1-yard line. At the inch-yard line, I'm kind of glad that they're stopping the clock. Great completion there from quarterback Hunter Pace. He's going to get a 7-step drop, look across his body from right to left, find his man. He's going to go ahead, snap it up the middle. Conk is going to get eaten up at the line. Touchdown will be called for the Rich Rebels. They will get their points. Great run there by Riker Conk, getting it right up the A-gap to the right. Is going to put 6 points on the board for the Rich High Rebels. Trey Walker is going to go ahead and attempt the PAT. In the 11th hour, the Rich Rebels will score on a 1-yard dive carried by Riker Conk. Here's the PAT down and up. It's going to sneak probably about 2 inches over the crossbar and in. That's going to be 7-49. We'll go ahead and keep it here. As Parowan, unless something that has never happened in the history of football ever, unless Parowan blows a 49-7 lead, they'll probably walk away here with the win. We'll walk that football down to the 40-yard line. Rich will kick back to Parowan after scoring their only touchdown of the game on a 1-yard dive by Riker Conk. We'll keep it here. We'll go ahead and just set up everything. We have 11 seconds separating us from the end of the game here. Trey Walker will kick off. This is a Town of Woodruff kickoff. Welcome to the last seconds of the 4th quarter. Here's the kick by Walker. It's going to be just a line drive. He'll take a baseball hop, field it at the 20-yard line out to the left. Here comes Parowan. Around the corner, Carrillo will just kind of sit him down right at the 25. That will end the game. Our final score, 7-49, will be your reading on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll go ahead, step aside, stay tuned to the post-game show brought to you by Epic Recreation. We'll go ahead. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, to the post-game show brought to you by Epic Recreation. Make your next vacation an epic one with rentals at Bear Lake from Epic Recreation. Visit epicrecreation.net today. First up on our post-game show, let's talk a little bit about some post-game diagnostics, sponsored by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. When you need repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Parowan will get the opening kickoff, and they will take it down and drive the length of the field, and on a 20-yard touchdown run from Easton Gents, he'll get his first touchdown. He's going to get back-to-back touchdowns on the first 2 times that the offense will touch the ball. Here we go, as Rich just not able to get anything rolling for them. Parowan, first 2 times they'll touch the ball. They'll get touchdowns. Yardley will get a touchdown of his the 3rd time they touch the ball. Just there was very few times that Parowan wasn't able to find pay dirt. Rather, one time Parowan would get the ball, and after an offensive holding, there would be a fumble on the run recovered by Noah Perry. Great job by Noah to fall down onto that. That gave a little bit of life to the Rich Rebels. They went forward and just not able to get anything going in the first half. The second half went by incredibly quickly. Total offense in the first half, 242 for Parowan, Rich 20. Rich High School able to move the ball a little bit more in the second half. Final stats for the game, Parowan would get 295 yards of total offense. 83 of those would be through the air, 212 on the ground. Rich will end up with 115. Yardley of Parowan will go 5 of 11 for 83 yards and a touchdown. Easton Gents, 6 carries for 106, 3 touchdowns. Yardley would add also a rushing touchdown of his own. We'll go ahead. These have been some of the post-game diagnostics. Rich able to move the ball a little bit in the second half and finally able to find pay dirt with 11 seconds left in the 4th quarter on a 1-yard dive. Also aided by about a 20-yard completion from Pace, throwing across his body to Trey Walker, who tried to stretch for the pylon on the northwest side of the field. Great work by them. They're able to find pay dirt and go up with 7 points. They're going to end the score 7-49. This has been your post-game diagnostics. You're listening to an Epic Recreation post-game show. We'll pick up next with our precision play of the game after this.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares, Freeway Tire, on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
Welcome back to the Epic Recreation post-game show, and thank you so much for joining us. Let's go ahead and talk right now about the precision play of the game, sponsored by Dr. McKay Frankum, providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices. Call today for an appointment at 307-789-8910. The precision play of the game will go on a 4th down punt by the Rich Rebels. Quarterback Hunter Pace, situated at around his own 25-yard line, would punt the ball late in the 3rd quarter, and the ball will go high up in the air and go ahead onto the Parowan 40, take a bounce coming backwards. In the chaotic mess that is that reverse bouncing punt, a Parowan player would attempt to pick up the ball at about the 45-yard line of Parowan, near their sideline. And Justin Adams, a.k.a. Buckwheat, not giving up on the play, able to recognize that a Parowan player is attempting to run with the football. As soon as they touch the ball, Buckwheat tackles that Parowan player, and it is a live ball. That ball will squirt all the way back to the original line of scrimmage at the 40-yard line, giving a new set of downs. No yardage gained, but just a fun play to kind of cover as well as watch. Great work there, as that is the precision play of the game. Brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankum in Evanston, providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices. Call today at 307-789-8910. Final score on the Station on Main scoreboard, 49-7. 49-7 for in a favor of Parowan coming up here in Randolph. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel football on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in beautiful Bear Lake enthusiastically supports the Rich High Rebels.
After all, I raised 4 of them, from football, basketball, wrestling to volleyball. I supported them all. I bleed blue.
The Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake, offers a variety of activities in every season. Pam would love to assist you in finding your own Bear Lake retreat. Call her today, 435-779-0012.
Welcome back to the Epic Recreation postgame show. It's time to reveal the player of the game, my player of the game, number 1 on the field. Not just kidding. He's actually number 73. 75 on the field. Justin Adams, Buckwheat, will be getting the player of the game on multiple occasions as a broadcaster. It is not common to pick out an offensive lineman on consistent basis, just seeing them destroy people and not giving up on a play despite the score and the situation on the field. Justin Adams, on multiple occasions throughout the entire game, was pancaking people about 20 yards away from the play. And he was a key component of the precision play of the game. Congratulations to Justin Adams. He deserves this 100%. As he is the player of the game. The final score of today's game, brought to you by the Station on Main scoreboard. It is going to be 49-7. We'll take our final break here. Actually, we'll take our final break really quickly after we do the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. In case you're just tuning in, you missed a fantastic sequence of events that allowed Justin Adams to be declared the player of the game, as well as part of the precision play of the game. Here's the Freaky Fast recap by Jimmy John's. On the opening drive, Parowan will drive the length of the field, and then on a 20-yard run by Easton Gents, he will score, finding pay dirt from about the 20-yard line into the red zone, and then into the end zone he goes. Kicking off to Rich. Rich struggled to move the ball for the majority of the game, only until the second half, mostly the fourth quarter. They were not able to move. But throughout the majority of the game, Gents will end up with 3 touchdowns, most of that happening in the first half. Yardley will pass for a touchdown and get a rushing touchdown of his own. Multiple points scored as Parowan able to kind of handle the Rich Rebels here, moving their way to 3-2 on the season. The Rich Rebels will fall to 0-4. This has been the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, brought to you by Jimmy John's in Evanston and Rock Springs, where gourmet sandwiches meet fresh and fast every day. 113 Front Street, Evanston. Freaky Fast, Freaky Fresh. Stay informed and stay tuned, as next week we have multiple games, volleyball as well as a football game at Layton Christian Academy on Friday. 4 p.m. kickoff. You'll be able to hear me on that one next week. Stay tuned, as we will have stats as well as coverage, at least scores posted at some point for the Star Valley tournament for volleyball. They have multiple games, 3 of them next week as well. Special thanks to Rich High School allowing me to come out. This is the voice of the Rich High Rebels, Cody Olson. We'll go ahead and step aside as you've been listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel football on 98.3. with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
A little bit of an update on the calendar. Again, I spoke about some 3 volleyball games Thursday, Friday, and Saturday next week. I'll be covering those. Stay tuned for more information, as the football team will travel to Layton Christian Academy. 4 p.m. kickoff on Friday. Pregame will begin at 3:15. This has been the voice of the Rich High Rebels. And this calendar update brought to you by Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Bear Lake, Utah, and Idaho. Plan your next vacation today. Visit bearlake.org. This is going to bring an end to the Epic Recreation postgame show. Make your next vacation an epic one with year-round rentals from Epic Recreation at beautiful Bear Lake. This is the voice of the Rich High Rebels, Cody Olson, ending this segment. The final score again, 49-7, as Parowan walks away with a win here in Randolph on a very dominant game, both through the air and on the ground. We'll go ahead and end this broadcast as your voice, Cody Olson, of the Rich High Rebels say is, I tell everyone, Buckwheat's here down on the little corner. Shout out to him as the player of the game. This is the voice of the Rich High Rebels, Cody Olson, saying, "Go Rebels until next time."
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Thank you for joining us on this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on MyLocalRadio.com. Until next time, go Rebels!